return of Stanley Cup playoff hockey to Minnesota was met with great anticipation, but the Colorado Avalanche quickly dashed the enthusiasm. The Avs took advantage of a mistake and forced the upstart Wild into the uncomfortable role of playing catch-up. The offensive brilliance of Joe Sakic first, and then Peter Forsberg second, helped put the Avs in front. But it was the play of Patrick Roy that kept them there. Let's it go, saved by Roy. Backhand shot stopped by Roy. Roy shot, what a save! And the rebound is stopped as well. The problem facing the Wild is Colorado appears to have hit their stride. Now the question is, can Minnesota knock them off it? Find out next. The Stanley Cup playoffs on ESPN2 have gone fishing. This is the Fishing Lodge. It's located inside the XL Energy Center here in St. Paul, Minnesota. The capacity inside here is 275 people. The capacity in the building nearly 20,000 fans strong. Every seat will be taken for Game 4 of the Western Conference Quarterfinals Series. The Avalanche lead the Wild 2-1. Hi, everybody, and good evening. With Darren Bang, I'm Steve Levy, and a special hello to those of you watching in Minnesota exclusively here on ESPN2. Clearly, Minnesota wants to take advantage of their home ice advantage. They couldn't Game 3.
You know, they really tried. The fans were enthusiastic, and in fact, they had a couple of pretty good chances on Patrick Roy, but it was that first goal of the game that was the killer for them. The team that has scored first has won every game. I think it's very significant.
You should know we're not up high in some club like in many other arenas. In fact, in this particular building, the fans are very close. Those that have the exclusive rights inside the Fishing Lodge, they're right here on the glass. It is a spectacular setup here in Minnesota, and their fans, you can hear how wild it is here tonight. Wild. But it's not going to affect Colorado. They've seen atmospheres like this.
You know, all their best players in Game 3. I mean, Peter Forsberg scored a goal. Joe Sakic scored a goal. Alex Tanguay scored his first goal as well. You're not going to intimidate those top players. It's going to be a team effort for Minnesota.
The Wild can't win if they don't score. They look to their top scorer, Marian Gaborik, to get the offense going.
You know, maybe that's unfair, but he did score 15% of their goals all year long. He had 30 for the year. In practice yesterday, Creeks, move your feet, get open. Marian Gaborik's going to have to work hard for his scoring chances because he is going up against one of the all-time best defensive players and a guy that's been in pressure situations before.
Well, if in fact the Avalanche do win this series, the turning point might be game number 3. 2 saves in particular made by the great Patrick Roy in Game 3. Game 4 is coming up next.
From now on, long-distance, local, and high-speed internet will be together. Voice and data networks for companies large and small will be together. The innovations of one of the world's largest internet providers and the simplicity of one global network will be together. Together, under one name. MCI.
We stay in the light, we stay alive.
You're safe in the light until darkness falls.
What's that?
You don't know what you're dealing with.
On the DVD, loaded with terrifying extras, Darkness Falls. Buy it April 22nd on special edition DVD.
Is razor burn ruining your morning? The Extreme 3 from Schick balances 3 blades on a central pivot for a close, comfortable shave. The Extreme 3. Get close, not burned.
New Game Boy Advance SP, featuring a luminous screen so you can even play in the dark. There's a rechargeable built-in battery. It plays your favorite Game Boy Advance titles, and it's compact so it's ready to go.
New Game Boy Advance SP.
Michelin designed the cross-terrain SUV tires specifically for SUVs to help provide responsive handling and a smooth ride. You'd be surprised just how smooth. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
You rely on shampoos to care for your hair. But what about dandruff? Head & Shoulders Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. The only shampoo with micro ZPT. It works directly on your scalp to help stop dandruff where it starts, so your scalp is flake-free and your hair looks and feels beautiful. Head & Shoulders Shampoo for hair that's beautiful and flake-free. For the ultimate clean for fine, oily hair, try new Head & Shoulders Ultimate Clean.
Stanley Cup versus Niagara Falls. Let's see who attracts more attention. Here it is. That's right, you're not seeing things, folks. Pretty cool, huh? This is your wedding present.
Can you just take that?
Is it pretty?
Want to get your name on there?
A real cup?
Check that.
Are we ever lucky?
Is this like the 8th wonder of the world?
It is the heartbeat of American hockey, the state of Minnesota, site of Game 4 between the Wild and the Avalanche right here on ESPN2. It is next, alongside a freshly shorn Parm and, of course, the majestic mullet, Barry Melrose. I am John Butchergrass. Game 4 is next. Of course, other action going on as we speak.
Lots of other action.
And, boy, scoring from the get-go. Flyers and Leafs, 2-1. Leafs lead the series. Green and Recchi. What do you see so far in this one, Ray?
Well, Philadelphia gets the early 1-0 lead. They go shorthanded on a Renberg penalty. Travis Green, his first game of the playoffs. He's the guy replacing McGillney tonight. He pumps one in.
Barry, you sense that the Sens-Isles series turned late in the last game, and boy, the Sens have a carryover effect.
And Volchenko scored a goal, one of my favorite players in the NHL, so Snow let in a softie already.
Yeah, Volchenko, a young Scott Stevens type as far as how he hits out there. And caps and bolts, a huge one here for Tampa Bay. Hard for a young team to come back 3-1, right? They're down 2-1 now.
Yeah, if they go down 3-1, I think they're almost shot, but they're playing with a lot of energy. Kolzig's actually made a couple of good saves.
Tough combination for Minnesota. They were shut out 10 times during the regular season, and no one has more playoff shutouts than that guy in Stanley Cup playoff history.
Oh yeah, summertime, flip-flop, small top, party bumping non-stop. So much ice in my cooler, you think I was a jeweler. Bling, catching rays, making plays. Someone got more zap than a microwave. Dig blue eyes, green eyes, brown eyes too. All the honeys checking who? The king of Malibu.
The silver bizzle. I had lotion on my hands. I burn easily.
Honey, will you run out and get me something crunchy
Crunchy. I'm on it.
and chewy
Crunchy and chewy.
and cheesy
Crunchy, chewy, cheesy. Crunchy, chewy, cheesy.
and melty?
Satisfy all your cravings with Taco Bell's Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Warm flatbread covered in 3 melted cheeses, wrapped around a crunchy taco and topped with a zesty pepper jack sauce. To get the Cheesy Gordita Crunch, think outside the bun.
Life got simple the day I plugged into the big brown machine. West Coast overnight, done. China, 48 hours, done. Brown picks it all up together and delivers it all on time. And with their global tracking system, I get the proof. It isn't that I'm not a trusting person. Yes, it is.
International Overnight Ground Synchronized. UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Hi, Tom Bodette. You're about to witness the miracle of savings. Click 6 Web Bargains save you even more at Motel6.com. Technology and value. The stuff of life. We'll leave the light on for you. And Accor Hotel.
The players. The experts.
His track record's pretty flawless.
The definitive source for everything baseball. Catch all the scores and highlights from around the league. Baseball tonight, all season long on ESPN and ESPN.
Explore MagRack today. It's not on satellite TV, it's on Insight Digital Cable. From Harleys to Hondas, Motorcycle Freedom puts you on the road with the world's hottest bikes. And uncork the secrets of winning wines on Wine World. MagRack has dozens of video magazines made just for you. Start them anytime, even pause, rewind, and fast forward. Best of all, with Insight Digital Cable, you get MagRack at no extra charge. Call today.
Put on a new roof and don't pay till 2004 now at Menards. Biltmore 35-year laminated shingles feature the look of wood shakes and are Class A fire and wind rated. Or step up to the added protection of 50-year Biltmore shingles. All Biltmore shingles are on sale. Finish your roof project with Cell-Even aluminum soffit and fascia. On sale in 10 colors that never need painting. Cover your home with savings from Menards.
Save big
money at Menards.
For the go-ahead goal. Under 2 to play. Across.
Hit it!
For free live audio, fantasy games, and official NHL merchandise, the place to go is NHL.com on MSN.
The Stanley Cup playoffs on ESPN2, brought to you by Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Cold down easy. Toyota, get the feeling. And Southwest Airlines, official airline of the National Hockey League. Ready to rock and roll from St. Paul, Minnesota. Game 4, this Western Conference quarterfinal series. The Avalanche lead the Wild 2-1. Here prior to the game, they are honoring their Minnesota Gophers, the first team to repeat as NCAA hockey champions since Boston University in the early 70s. Head coach Don Lucia and the team captain Grant Petone being honored here to fire things up. Referee Mick Magoo and Kevin Pollack, the linesmen Vaughn Rohde and Mark Wheeler. That's Magoo ready to drop the puck, or not ready to drop the puck. And finally we do, and we are underway in Game 4 of the series. Minnesota in the home white, Colorado in the visiting burgundy and blue. Riku Hall got it back to Greg DeVries at the point. He's checked immediately, but DeVries able to hang on to it. First shot is blocked. Here's Sakic on it. Dumps it into the corner. And Dwayne Rolison, to some a surprise starter in goal tonight. Many thought Jacques Lemaire would go with Manny Fernandez, but it is Rolison, and that's already an improvement. The way he handled the pucks behind Menez's first opportunity.
Well, obviously that took a lot of life out of everybody when he was behind that net, but Rolison's a pretty confident guy, and he's going to go, I'm sure when he gets out there, just make quicker decisions.
Turned over to Milan Hajduk. Drop pass through his legs looking for Tanguay, but Wes Walz was there. Tanguay will get another crack at it. He finds Forsberg behind the net, and it's knocked away. Up the near side, Rob Blake will fire it in deeper away from Loxinen. Zyuzin there on defense, trying to do something with it, can't. It's all Colorado early on. That shot deflected wide of the net. Here's Forsberg. Wall strong on it, stick and strong on the puck, and they're able to get it out the center by Loxinen, although Colorado retains possession. Tanguay, one touches for Forsberg, and he'll hold at center. Chased by Loxinen and forced deep from the crowd will roar. Zoltak on it, trying to take it away from Forsberg, who's got to be totally out of gas. It's a long shift for this outstanding line. Here's a chance, running, hit it off the post, I believe, to the left of Patrick Waugh. Golden scoring opportunity. Draws iron, and the long shot is stopped by Rolison, and he'll hang on.
Well, in Game 3 here, it was Cliff Ronning that had 2 chances early on, but they weren't quality chances like this one right here. Ronning finds himself right in the open, but the puck is on end, and he tries to go high up over the glove. It's a perfect shot by Ronning, just a little bit too high. As Patrick Waugh came out challenging the 5'7", 175-pounder. Patrick Waugh shining brightly and making 18 saves in the last one. None better than that one on Wes Walz that turned the tide of the game.
Shot sent softly in to the Colorado end. Wrapped around the boards on the far side, but Taglia able to get it away. Here's Reinprecht with a step on Dupuis. Reinprecht will cycle it in deeper. Knocked away. Marchment got caught deep in the Minnesota end. But the Wild unable to take advantage for the time being. They'll shoot the long one in and miss the mark. Cameron's up the near side. Schultz will glove it down away from Wilsey. And it's whistled down. They're going to call a hand pass.
Dwayne Rolison, as you mentioned, back in goal. And I'm not saying this is one of the main reasons, but boy, Dwayne Rolison is very good from behind the net, where the Avalanche have a great deal of their offense. It derives from back there. He's wonderful at pushing side to side. He's been strong in that department. in the last game, too. Don't forget, I know he made that mistake early, and Tanguay scored the goal. But the other guy, Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg, the top offensive guns, except for Hayduk, scored goals for the Avalanche in their last game.
Only change for Colorado in the lineup. Eric Messier is out, and Serge Aubin is in. Darby Hendrickson is out of the lineup for Minnesota. Bill McCall will be in, and that'll likely add some more offense for Minnesota. Here's Park, nice drop pass, and the shot is blocked. And that was McCall. Rob Blake had the block. See him say a little more offense. McCall has the opportunity. Here's Park. He's been one of the better offensive players for Minnesota. Big hit behind the net. Here's Park looking for down. Park centers, and the shot from McCall. From close quarters, he shot it wide. Here's McCall again. Park trying to tee it up with Morris on him. Colorado, big hits in the corner. McCall and Blake go to the glass. Here's Dowd, partially blocked, knocked down at the point position. And Minnesota getting some offensive pressure. Colorado will get to it, look to break. It's Blake ahead of the field. Long shot, bigger rebound off the right pad of Rolison.
What a start by the Wild. And in particular, Billy McCall has been an added enthusiastic player for them. Good hits right off the bat on his first shift of the game. And there he sets up a couple of glorious chances.
Here's Walls trying to get around foot. He was taken down. Crowd wanted a call, won't get one. Walls still on it, trying to cycle it deeper for Gaborik. On with Antti Laaksonen. And it's just kept in. Good play by Gaborik, the hole of the zone. Laaksonen now. Centering feed, broken up. And we'll see the other way for Colorado. Finds Riku Hall. His shot. He missed the mark. Centering feed in front. Laaksonen going to get on it. 2-on-2 as they hit center ice. Here's Gaborik. He'll hit the brakes and wait for some help. It comes in the form of Lubomir Sekarat, the defenseman. He's centered, but DeVries was there to knock it away. Back behind the net now. Here's Stevenson. Blocked away by DeVries. Chance can't get to it, but the Avs can, and they clear to center. 4.5 in Minnesota. Looking for their first shot on goal, and there it is. Stopped by one, the rebound stopped as well. Back behind the net. Here's Dupuis, hit by a pair of Avalanche players. Sergei Zoltak's going for a change. He's the one who got the shot away. Willie Mitchell trying to keep in, did so momentarily, and the Avs will move it out to center ice now. Here's Tanguay for Hayduk. Nifty move by Hayduk. His wrister is blocked. Tanguay cut between the goalie and the goal. Coming out of the corner. Colorado unable to do anything with Hayduk, and it's back for foot.
Amazingly enough, it was Hayduk. He had no shots on goal in Game 3, and already in this game, he looks to have a great deal of confidence. Two great curl and drags. Minnesota, they've got to be physical on this guy. Don't get sucked into watching the puck, because he's one of the best in the business at that move.
Here's Zoltak. He'll shoot it in. Of the 3 top goal scorers during the regular season, only Hayduk has scored a goal in the playoffs. Bertuzzi and Naslund have yet to dent the twine for Vancouver. That line has not scored a goal yet, 3 games into their series with St. Louis. Big part of the reason they're trailing 2-1. Here's Reinprecht on it. Try to dump it down deeper for Sakic. Battaglia on there as well. Here's Kuba. He'll backhand it around the boards, picked off by Sakic. Kept inside the Minnesota and Reinprecht has. Finds Sakic in a seam. Sakic let it go, and he scores! What a brilliant shot by Joe Sakic on his knees. And Colorado takes the 1-0 lead. They score the all-important first goal.
Absolutely right. That point has been magnified. Every game, the team that scores the first has won the game. But keep in mind, Minnesota bounced back with a glorious chance and could have tied it at 1 in Game 3 here. Cliff Roning's there. He's got his point man. He's got to cover. What a move by Sakic on Sekarat. And I know Dwayne Rolison was talking about maybe some interference in front of the net. As you see his stick knocked out of his hands, and from our Southwest Airlines goal cam, keep your eye on the work of Bates Battaglia. Bates Battaglia interfered with his stick, and that's goaltender interference, knocking the stick out of his hand, although it looked like it was unintentional, but it happened.
Minnesota will try to rally and get something going. Pierre-Marc Bouchard, real creative young player. Will only turn 19 in a couple of weeks from now. He's got the puck inside the circle. Schultz let it go. Shot is blocked at the defense by Foot, and DeVries back the other way. DeVries has some time. Marshall will rub him out, and Schultz will go back for it in the Avalanche. And Weil will get a change. That takes some more life and some more air out of this building. And a beautiful building it is. Here's McCarthy across the line. Schultz, the backhand feed in front, but it was picked off by Blake. Off the glass and out of the zone and all the way down.
Keep in mind the first shift of the game, when Colorado worked the puck down low on the cycle, same thing they did yesterday in practice. They went back to the point and made a heavy shot. That time, Joe Sakic was able to find the seam.
Wild trying to jump on the loose puck. Here's Tanguay, though, the other way for Colorado. Finds Hayduk. Off for Forsberg in the corner. Walls wipes out. What a move there. Back to the net by Forsberg. Trying to spin away from a second member of the Wild. Still on the puck and finally dropped out of the ice, and a penalty coming up. Great individual effort by Forsberg will lead to the Colorado power play. Already with the lead thanks to the Joe Sakic goal.
She's got style, she's got grace, she's a winner. She's a lady. Oh, 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 she's a lady. She's a lady. Talking about the little lady.
What you really care about is that the Corolla S is one fun-to-drive car. But it's also good to know that Consumers Digest named the Corolla S a best buy. And Car Driver said the Corolla was bolted together as if to last an eternity. You know, until you're like 30, the Corolla S, simply one of the best cars you can buy in its class.
Bulletproof Monk is a blast.
It's the bomb diggity.
An expert blend of comedy with high voltage action. It will absolutely knock you out.
Kind of like that, didn't you?
Bulletproof Monk, rated PG-13, now playing in theaters everywhere.
I don't even know why I bother. You're not even listening now, are you? Do you want to go home?
People do some strange things to cars. That's why there's Carfax. We'll give you the real history of any used car. Go to Carfax.com or ask your dealer for a Carfax report.
First minor penalty of the game. It goes to Zyuzin for high sticking here as it slides up on the shoulder. And Forsberg obviously going down there. Zyuzin gets the minor penalty. And trailing 1-0. This is a big penalty kill for Minnesota.
Forsberg had two amazing shifts already.
He's got some jump. He's made some great plays.
Wow. Right back. Here's Sakic. There's the wrister, and he scores! The pen to Joe Sakic, wrister. And the Colorado captain has taken over this one early. 2-0 Avalanche.
Joe's finding room and he's finding some space. You can't give him that kind of space. Peter Forsberg in the neutral zone, two guys towards him. Joe's able to make a little quick cut-in move, a lot of room, and that's an unbelievably good shot right there. And it looks like Manny Fernandez is going to go get his gear, and I'm sure on the next whistle he's going to come on out here. You can't imagine how disguised this is. This is why Joe Sakic's heading to the Hall of Fame. A left-hand shot, he brings it back into his feet, and that slight little disguise, he kind of curls it as if he's going to go to the strong side and feathers it from heel to toe to the near side, short side. It's an excellent shot, and the goaltender ends up cheating towards the middle of his body.
Joe Sakic, career playoff goal number 69. Which, by the way, is 23 more than the entire Minnesota roster combined when it comes to playoff scoring. 11.5 to go. Here in the first, already 2-0 Colorado on the strength of two Joe Sakic goals. Backhander in front, Watt is there, just like always. Here's Zoltan's got a lead, lets the pass off, left-hand save by Watt. Ronning is checked by Mark. Through net behind, the net, good effort to get the puck free. Another shot from Mitchell from the angle, and a stick save by Watt. Ronning will pick up a loose change back behind the net. He's cut off nicely by Morris, and it's cleared all the way down. 2 goals in a minute 54 for Sakic.
And Steve, there's Manny Fernandez peeking through the hallway. He's ready to go. The next whistle, I'm sure he's coming out to take over for Dwayne Rollison.
Wilsey checks his man on the forecheck. And that shot goes into the netting and out of play. And we get a whistle and a breather and send it back to John Butchergrass.
Ottawa came out flying in the first period against the Islanders, outshot them 15-6. Mike Fisher made it 1-0, and then watched the 21-year-old Russian defenseman Anton Volchenkov find the goal line there. It goes by Snow, 2-0 after 20.
2-0 there, 2-0 here, and a new goaltender.
And the crowd gave both Dwayne Rollison a great round of applause here in St. Paul, and also for Manny Fernandez. He's been chomping at the bit to get in, and with Rollison giving up a couple of quick goals midway through the first, Jacques Lemaire makes a good choice going over to Manny, just changing the momentum a little bit and see if Manny can give them a save here, change things up.
Marc Bouchard will shoot in. Wild get to it, and we'll work it in deeper. Wild will leave there for his defense in the form of Adam Foote. Sekerash can't handle, Reinprecht can. Here's Reinprecht, cuts to the middle. Reinprecht, a shot off the back of Battaglia, his teammate. And Dupuis gets to it for Minnesota, although he was hooked at as he cleared by Wilsey.
One thing, though, Minnesota's a tight defensive club, and in their own zone, they're very good at collapsing down low. But they're allowing Colorado neutral zone access and speed. Colorado's made some good adjustments to get their top guys the puck at full speed in the neutral zone.
Gabber can't do much with it on the forward side. Here's Hayden. He's trying to chip it out of the zone and can't. Sent to an empty side of the rink. Over on it is Skula. Wrapped it around the boards. And Tanguay, good play just to get to the puck, although he's hooked at the entire way. Picked off by Loxner, makes a move, but he's 1-on-3. He's slowed by Forsberg, who's got the puck. Forsberg trying to drag it by Wes Walls, can't. In fact, Forsberg can't even shoot it in and hit Walls. Dangerous change right by the puck in front of that Minnesota bench. Sent in softly, and Wall will settle things down.
And Gabrick stays on the line with Wes Walls and Ante Lauksanen. And I imagine that head coach Jacques Lemaire will make an adjustment and maybe get Gabrick back with Bouchard. They had some good chemistry down the stretch. And the other guy that started off real well was Billy McCult as well. So he's a good energy guy. Even down 2-0, he's still going to go out and give them a lot of energy, see if he can create some chances.
Morris is swinging around. Here's Park. Side of that shot, hit the post! Richard Park, second critical time in the series. He's hit the post behind Patrick Waugh. And the Avalanche just get it out to center. Wow. Zyuzin on it, the Minnesota blue line. Off for McCullough, could not handle. Joltok trying to force the issue on Blake for the Avs, break back the other way. Here's Shantz. Trying to beat Schultz one-on-one, can't. Schultz rubbed him out nicely. Hall gets to the loose puck, trying to make the move around Joltok, and does. Here's Riku Hall. Finally, Minnesota will get to it and clear. Race to the puck. Marchman's going to win it. Touched with a high stick, and that's the reason for the whistle.
And what a chance for Richard Park. The right-handed shot off the knob of the stick, then off the pipe, and it stays 2-0.
ESPN HD. Sponsored by Phillips and Best Buy.
Hey, Primakov! Get off the ice! It's more like prima donna call! Hey, does anybody know the Russian word for loser? It's Primakov!
Ladies and gentlemen, visiting from Western Russia, the parents of right winger Alex Primakov.
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines with fun fares as low as $49 each way.
You are now free to move about the country.
My car makes me feel like the road is my playground.
The Camry SE.
Aw, yeah, summertime. Flip-flop, small top, party bumping non-stop. So much ice in my cooler, you think I was a jeweler. Bling, catching rays, making plays. Someone got more zap than a microwave. Ding, blue eyes, green eyes, brown eyes too. All the honeys checking who? The king of Malibu.
The silver bizzling. I had lotion on my hands. I burn easily.
Play just back underway. Here's Sholtok trying to make something happen. He's checked to the boards by Heino. On the far side, there's Hall. He'll reverse the flow. And it comes up the near side. Kuba tried to hold in and could not. Minnesota might have to take some chances here early, even though we're in the first period. Delayed offside. Let's send it back to John Butchergross. John.
Mark Recchi made it 1-0, 1:16 into the first period. Leafs lead 2-1. No McGillney in this one, but Travis Green playing his first game of the series. Short-handed goal. The Leafs had 3 shots on goal in the first period. That one went in.
Keep up with all the action of every NHL game with NHL Gamecast. NHL Gamecast gives you up-to-the-minute live scoring, shot charts, and game stats. And it's available on ESPN.com as well, Steve, as NHL.com.
You're starting to scare me, Panger. You're good at that, too. Is there anything the man cannot do? Skula pumps it out to center, turn it right over to Jim Dowd. Here's Dowd roaring in from the corner. Dowd, turn around the wraparound and walk. Got there. As you look at the scoring chances here in period number 1. Well, you got to know about goals. 2-0 Colorado, thanks to Joe Sakic. A pair of goals in less than 90 seconds. And Colorado looking for more. Here's Reinprecht, who's had a good stop. Tried to bank it in off one of the Wild players. Back to the point. Foot shot. Stop. Battaglia in there. But Manny Fernandez makes the save. And he'll hang on.
That's a very, very good save by Fernandez with traffic in front of him. But as Manny well knows, there have been a couple of close calls at the other end. While the score was 0-0, Roning's shot here did hit the crossbar over the glove. As Steve mentioned, Richard Park comes in from the side when it's a 1-0 game, and he hits the short side post. Excuse me, it was 2-0 at that point. That would have made it a 2-1 hockey game. So maybe they're trying to fine-tune it a little too much behind Patrick Waugh.
Avalanche looking to add to things. Here's Hayden spinning away from the check of Walls. Back behind the net. It's Tanguay away from Kuba, finds Forsberg, rips it off the glove of Fernandez and into the netting. Manny Fernandez last won a hockey game in goal. You have to go back to the end of March. March 31st against Calgary. The last time Fernandez played a game was April 3rd against Toronto. And people should understand, Panger, he's not the backup goaltender.
No, he's not. He absolutely is not. And one thing he's going to have to be aware of right now is that with his team collapsing down low, Forsberg's now starting to get in the open. Their points are open. I like the way Colorado has made some adjustments based on the defensive play of Minnesota. When you look back to the first part of this game, Tony Granato, yesterday in practice, they were working the puck down low, then they're utilizing the points, so they're cycling first, getting Minnesota to collapse down low as they do so well, and then open up the points. Now what might happen is guys like Joe Sakic may get quality chances in the slot area, in better scoring areas. I don't like seeing, if I'm the coach watching Peter behind the net all the time, I think it's an easier play to defend against than in the slot.
Dupuis ripped one off the setup from Marc Bouchard. Back to the point. Here's Schultz now. Turned it over. And we'll see able to clear back the other way. Chance nearly got wiped out by Marshall, but Marshall got the worst of it when he missed. And Chance, a couple of words for him. And we haven't seen a whole lot of this in the first 3+ games of the series.
You kidding me? Both teams are tied for 6th in the NHL playoffs, only averaging 12 penalty minutes per game. So it's not been an extremely nasty series. It's been well disciplined here, and he just missed him with that hit. I mean, Marshall, as everybody knows here in Minnesota, and I think fans of the Minnesota Wild know that he began as a defenseman. Jacques likes his skating skills and his tenacity up front, and the fact that he can play a defensive role as a forward, so he became a forward. But now, for the last 2 games, he's back on the blue line.
Former high draft pick of the Blues. He was 9th overall in '89. was a key member in Anaheim's first couple of trips to the playoffs. That's the last time he had any playoff experience. On the far side, Hall got to it, and it was pushed back in across the line. Sakic. 2-0, Colorado.
Thanks to available X-Ria sport suspension, windy roads struggle to make it sway. Because of its standard 245 horsepower engine, tough terrain has difficulty slowing it down. And with so many safety and performance refinements, steep mountains often fail to hold it back. The all-new 4Runner. No other SUV has ever been on its terrain.
33 drivers, 33 machines, challenging each other, wheel to wheel for 500 miles. The Indianapolis 500 at the greatest race course in the world. Great seats are available. Don't miss this limited opportunity to experience the color, the pageantry, and the competition. The 8720 of the Indianapolis 500, May 25th, 2003. For tickets, call now. 1-800-822-INDY.
Give your bath a new look with quality Omega cabinets from Menards and don't pay till 2004. This stylish 4-piece oak bath ensemble is on sale, $694. A 5-piece oak ensemble with a convenient linen cabinet is $899. Save big on a great selection of lifetime warranty bath faucets by Delta. This Victorian style is just $79. A lifetime polished brass model is $139. Get quality and value at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Well, Dwayne Rollison has been a rock all year long, and he was rewarded with a 3-year deal. Manny Fernandez, the same thing. They basically split time. If you go back to years gone by with John Van Beesbroek and Mike Richter in New York, there is no one. There's 2 1As right here, it seems like, in Minnesota. And Coach Jacques Lemaire did a great job of getting both of them in the net on an equal basis.
Rollison played in 50 regular season games. Fernandez only 34, but again, that's only because of injury.
Yep.
Otherwise, it probably would have been much closer. Fernandez missed 13 games with a knee injury, returning in early February. Again, otherwise would have been much closer. Both goaltenders had excellent statistics on an excellent defensive team. 4th best goals against in the entire National Hockey League. That's the Wild as a team. 5 minutes even left here in the first. Here's McCall to put on the brakes. Speaking of injury, Bill McCall finally got back into 2 of the last 3 games for Minnesota after missing 73 games this season with a dislocated right shoulder. They're offside at the Colorado blue line.
What's going to make it difficult for Jacques Lemaire's club is they're obviously a wonderful team when they are ahead. If you go back to regular season scoring, goals for, goals against, Minnesota was 22nd. The Colorado Avalanche plus 53 first. So in this, obviously, in the playoffs that we've seen right here, Minnesota's a -3 at even strength. They now have to change their game plan. They're so much better smothering teams when they have the lead. Now they're going to have to open it up, and it puts more pressure on individuals, which goes against the thinking of Jacques Lemaire in the Wild.
Here's Hayduk looking to cycle it down. Hayduk got a return feed from Forsberg, and the shot was blocked. Here's DeVries. Hayduk back behind the net. Walls on him. Put it into the referee. Magoo's skates. There's Forsberg. He leads with the shoulder. And the puck seems to follow. Back to the point. DeVries way high. Catches nothing but glass. Here's Loxinen. He'll reverse it the other way. And now it's tipped out to center by Walls. And he'll go off for a change. It's put out of play. 4 minutes even left. Send it back to John.
Just 3 goals for Jeremy Roenick in his last 14 playoff games. 1-1 early in the second, and the Leafs give the Flyers a freebie. Eddie Belfour says, here, Jeremy Roenick, have a goal. Flyers lead 2-1 early second.
The look of frustration on the faces of, well, pick any player really on the Minnesota Wild. The building, the town, the state, so charged up. For the Wild's first postseason appearance and first Stanley Cup playoff home games, they have yet to score a playoff goal in their home white uniforms.
Steve, those looks were identical to what we saw in Game 3. And here's what happened in Game 3 with the score tied 1-1. It was 1-0 at the time, obviously, because they were shut out. Patrick Waugh makes the key save, and at the time we said maybe not just of the game, of the entire series, as you look at the unbelievable expression from Wes Walz, complete disbelief that not only did he not score, but that Ronnie missed as well on the rebound attempt. But you talk about turning points and the fact that Minnesota came out strong in both games, and then on the first real glorious chance, the Colorado Avalanche make them pay with their great natural goal scorers.
Hanger, is it starting to seep in, do you think, to the Minnesota players' heads that, hey, we're up against Waugh? Loose puck in front, backhander by Zoltan. The defense there, loose puck, still loose, no whistle, comes free, shot blocked again by the defense. And Waugh doesn't make the save, his defense does. Zoltan towards the net, Waugh the save, and the rebound is clear. Is Patrick Waugh in the Minnesota Wild shooters' heads?
Absolutely. Patrick Waugh is the greatest goaltender possibly of all time. I mean, I just wondered if I don't say he's the greatest goaltender of all time. So yes, you definitely get a guy like him after he makes that save that he does in Game 3. Absolutely. And these players are fairly inexperienced. A lot of them grew up idolizing Patrick Waugh.
Sent in softly to the Minnesota end. Kuba got it away from Battaglia. There's McCall. He's checked immediately by Reinprecht. Reinprecht's had a good start to this one. Reinprecht made the pass on the first Sakic goal at 6:10. Forsberg got the helper on the second Sakic goal at 8:04. Here's Park, hits the brakes. And now moves in and lets it go. You know, you don't think about a goaltender being able to intimidate you mentally.
Yeah.
But they always said that about Hasek.
Absolutely.
You hear some of the Detroit players, or at least it being referred to, that J.S. Jaguar has maybe gotten into their heads, although that's hard to believe. But maybe Waugh has really gotten into the heads of the Wild players. You look at the shots, Minnesota, the Edge, and who cares about that when it's 2-0 Colorado? Certainly the Wild don't care. They have the shots on goal advantage. They came out strong again. Find themselves trailing 2-0. A couple of posts early by Minnesota. Unable to beat Patrick Waugh for the time being. Ronnie at the first post. Got the shot away. Another great save by Waugh on the rebound. He was pelted there by Wes Walz, who got good wood on it. Back the other way. Here's Tanguay, he'll rip it up high. And Manny Fernandez will make the save. Fernandez replaced Dwayne Rollison, who started the game a surprise to many. Rob Blake's shot stopped by Fernandez. Kicks to the corner. Sekarash will clear all the way down.
Well, Jacques Lemaire has thrown Cliff Ronning on that line with Laukkanen and Wes Walz. They created a good chance offensively, but defensively, a couple of miscues lead to a couple of good chances by the Avs.
Set in softly. And Schultz gets back for the touch. Icing is called, but send it back to John.
Welcome. Coming up on the Southwest Airlines Intermission Report, all the scores and highlights. Ray Ferraro and Barry Melrose will join me. A goal moments ago in the Islanders game. The Senators up 2-0, but Michael Pekka and Adrian Aucoin combined on a goal. Aucoin has made it 2-1 Ottawa.
Cliff Ronning, a couple of good scoring opportunities. Final minute of play. Shot, loose puck, and it's knocked free to the corner. Here's Gaborik, who's feeling a lot of the pressure to score. Something Minnesota has been unable to do in Game 3 and the first period here in Game 4. Schultz will push it around the far side. Minnesota scored 4 goals in the opening game in Colorado, aided by a couple of power play goals. Managed 2 goals with a 3-2 loss in Game 2. And were whitewashed by Patrick Waugh for his 150th win and 23rd career shutout. Mitchell will hold it, and it's cleared back out to center. Final 10 seconds. Loose pocket center. Couple of hacks and whacks. And the horn will sound as some players get together.
Yeah, Stevenson right in the middle of that one. He's hacking and whacking, looking for somebody.
Minnesota needs something to allow their fans get back into this hockey game because Joe Sakic has taken the crowd out of the game almost single-handedly. Sakic, the Colorado captain, a pair of goals in a minute 54. 2-0 Avalanche after one period of play.
See the most phenomenal international athletes from 6 world regions compete at the first ever X Games Global Championship, presented by 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls, beginning May 17th on ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC Sports.
Word has it someone here's trying to make a collect call. Calm down, people. All you gotta do is dial down the center with 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you, cheap for them. What do you say we get up out here and go hit a disco? Or not.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
I'm in. That's a nice trick.
Neo, if you're out there, I could use some help.
He's doing his Superman thing.
The Matrix Reloaded, rated R, starts Thursday, May 15th.
My car makes me feel like the road is my playground.
The Camry SE. More standard features, same low price.
Somewhere between exits 45 and 50, an order was canceled. Somewhere between a hose and a radiator, there was trouble. Somewhere between noon and 2:30, there was a change of plans. And somewhere between where you are and where you're going, there's a Super 8. See you along the way.
Southwest Airlines intermission report. After 20 minutes, it's all Colorado over the Wild. Welcome back with Ray Ferraro and Barry Melrose. I am John Butchergross. Mike Keene will join Steve Levy and Darren Pang for a post-first period comment on how the first period went. Meanwhile, we'll check in on other scores and highlights of a busy night, night 8 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. 6 games in all. Toronto and Philly, a huge game 4, and no Alexander McGillney, an inadvertent high stick from Jeremy Roenick. And those light sticks, Ray, really go up easily on players.
Yeah, they go up easily, and they don't feel very good when they hit. McGillney took it right under the chin. You see when he gets up here, he's pretty woozy here. Chris Broadhurst, the trainer, and one of the Leafs are going to help him get out. And he's not in the lineup. That's a big hole for Toronto.
Concussion-like symptoms, and Pat Quinn does have Travis Green back for this one. His first game of the series, he's been battling sore ribs. Darcy Tucker's been hitting everything, Barry.
Well, he's an energy guy. He creates pandemonium and havoc out there, and he does that. He gets everybody angry. Philly's taking a lot more penalties than usual by the way Toronto plays.
Driver 8, take a break. Just 1:16 in. Mark Recchi makes it 1-0 Flyers, Ray.
I don't know why the goaltenders don't get square to this from the side here. This is about the 5th or 6th time we've seen it in the first week of the playoffs.
Then power play for the Flyers, but Travis Green in the lineup to make it 1-1. Then Barry, goaltending issues.
Hey, in the net, Eddie's one of the best at stopping them, not one of the best at handling it. You cannot give a team a gift like that in this game.
Flyers again are carrying the play. The Leafs only had 3 shots on goal in the first. The green one went in. It's 2-1 as we creep towards the midway portion of the second period. All right, Patrick Lalime and trying to keep Ottawa's 16-game unbeaten streak on the island intact. And holy shnikey, what a shot from Mike Fisher.
Is he having a great series?
Isles not a good team when allowing the first goal, 14-27 and 4. Then Anton Volchenkov, the 21-year-old Russian defenseman, in deep, Barry.
He plays like a Canadian defenseman. He hits everything that moves. I love that kid. Great player.
5-on-3. Hammerlick off the post. 2-0 Ottawa after 1. However, they get on the board. Adrian Coyne had the most shots in the playoffs without scoring a goal entering the night. He gets one there. Lillian couldn't see a thing. Screened in front. So the Islanders on the board, but this one is 2-1 as you see in the second period. Sens look to go up 3-1, and they play game 5 tomorrow night. So this thing could be over by tomorrow. Tampa Bay, Washington, first period scoreless, and Nikolai has to be good, Barry.
He was good last game. He's the key to this team. He's the MVP all season long. He must give his team a chance to win going into the third period. He did last night, and they found a way to win.
Yeller goalie's good too, Raymond.
Yeah, Kolzik's had a good first part of the game here. He gets some help on Dan Boyle rush. Here makes a nice save. Boyle walks right into it, but look how aggressive he is out on top of the crease. Brad Richards been very quiet in the series, gets it into Modine. Again, Kolzik right in front of the shooter, very square to the shooter. Midway through the second, 0-0.
Yeah, no score here. Caps lead 2-1. The Capitals are one of 3 teams in NHL history to have a losing record at home in the playoffs. Time for a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll talk to Colorado Avalanche forward Mike Keane as his team coming off a very impressive 20 minutes.
This intermission report, presented by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the National Hockey League.
Some people don't realize how many nonstop flights Southwest offers, so we created this simple color-coded map to help. Baltimore to LA is red, Phoenix to Raleigh-Durham, blue, Chicago to Seattle, yellow, LA to Austin, canary yellow, Orlando to Albuquerque, teal, Las Vegas to Houston, aquamarine, Buffalo to Phoenix, beige umber, San Jose to Baltimore, pistachio, Oakland to Chicago, sea green, Albany to Orlando, puce, Tampa to St. Louis, pinkish, New Orleans to San Diego, kinda green.
You are now free to move about the country.
I'm not content to be with you in the daytime. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time.
Non-stop protection for your 24/7 life. New Speed Stick 24/7. It never quits.
Transporter on DVD. Now with 15 minutes of unrated extended fight scenes. The Transporter. Buy it today.
Check out new Close Shave Barbasol Gel.
Close.
Goodbye irritation.
Who's next?
Love close? Hate irritation? Better buy new Barbasol Gel.
Welcome back to the Southwest Airlines intermission report. All Colorado after 20 minutes, looking to go up 3-1 as they lead 2-0. Let's go back out to Minnesota. Steve Levy and Darren Pang.
John, thanks very much. Everything went right for Colorado. Nothing went right so far in that first period for Minnesota. A couple of posts. And Mike Keane, veteran leader of the Avalanche, joins us now from just outside the Colorado dressing room. And Mike, it's become cliche. The first goal is so important, but it really, really seems to be so important, especially against the Wild.
Well, I think so, especially in this building. I know, everyone's excited to play in this building. It's a great atmosphere, and Joey got us, off to a great start with those two great shots. But, we're far from satisfied with that period. Patrick made some big saves. We have to get better.
Any difference that you know between Dwayne Rolison and Manny Fernandez, Mike?
Well, they're very solid. They both had great years, and I played with Manny in Dallas, and he's a great goaltender. So, we have to be sharp. We have to be ready and get lots of shots also.
Mike, any changes? I mean, what do you do in the second period, or just keep going the exact same way you're playing?
I think keep on going. If it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing. So, we have 3 or 4 lines going. We're, doing little things. We're bumping their good players. So, good period for us.
Mike, thanks. Good luck in the second.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that's Mike Keane, and no coincidence. He was a healthy scratch in the first game. Colorado lost. Since he's returned to the lineup, they have yet to lose. John, back to you.
Thank you, boys. Update in Washington. Look at Martin St. Louis. Didn't quite get all that shot. Maybe he fooled Ole the goalie there, Raymond.
Yeah, great move at the blue line, though. He puts it through with stick, not once, but twice. The shot goes, and you're right, Kolzig didn't quite get a stick down. It goes right through.
And there it is. The Bolts, who trail 2-1, lead the game 1-0. Meanwhile, Ottawa looking to go up 3-1 and take a 3-1 lead. Barry, they like this play.
That's their backbone all year long, bread and butter. Hosted a Havlat backdoor goal. Actually goes off Kabach's stick. But again, John, the Islanders had 2 5-on-3s in this game, yet they're scoring the power play. That's killing them.
Ottawa looks like they're taking control of the series, up 3-1, looking to go up 3-1. They could win the series tomorrow.
Voice message, press 1 or wait for the tone.
I think I need my car back. I have to go to a meeting.
Okay, Daddy, I'll be home in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Life's good when you're George Lopez. But life's better when you're George Lopez and you have the cell phone with a walkie-talkie. Get right through. Nextel.
Just been informed that Cooper has been ranked best replacement tire for light truck vehicles and customer satisfaction in a tie in the J.D. Power & Associates 2002 replacement tire study. Okay, as you were.
What does your team need? The 2003 NFL Draft. Coverage begins next Saturday and Sunday, only on ESPN.
If you like his style,
they got a name for me now. The Packer Smacker.
You'll love his attitude.
Score 1 for Team Jim.
Jim Belushi stars.
Play me out, Andy.
In According to Jim. Tuesdays on ABC.
Hi, I'm Tom Bergeron, host of Hollywood Squares and a March of Dimes volunteer. Premature birth is a bigger problem in this country than most people think. It affects 1 of every 8 babies. Some of these babies are born so early that doctors can't save them. Others may suffer lifelong consequences like mental retardation and blindness. You can help the March of Dimes fight prematurity by signing up for Walk America. Here's how. Visit walkamerica.org or call 1-800-525-WALK and register today.
So close, within a hair, but not quite there. The hair stays for April Savings Day. Right now, get savings up to $10,000 or financing as low as 0 APR on Toyota, Honda, Jeep, Lincoln, Mercury, Subaru, Mitsubishi, Hyundai, and more. If you're in the market for a new car, the Bob Romanello Group is here for you.
There's only one, Bob Roman.
The Bob Romanello Group, Sagamore Parkway, Teal Road, Creasy Lane, Lafayette.
Don't forget, tonight could be the night.
Don't forget.
The champion. I know. How can you forget? Following our game, the Wings and Ducks. The Ducks can sweep the champions, NHL tonight, after the game here on ESPN2.
This intermission report, presented by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the National Hockey League.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up, man?
Well? Well, what? Aren't you going to say something?
About what?
Forget it. What's the matter? I can't believe I changed my hair and you guys don't even notice.
You're not a woman. Why use a woman's gel? Introducing Suave for Men Sport Gel. Holds just as good as her brand for half the price. New Suave for Men.
This facility is a school.
Sure it is. Who are you? Don't you remember?
No!
What do you want? Hang on!
X2, X-Men United, rated PG-13. May 2nd.
New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black Premium Malt Beverage. A crisp, clean bite. New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black Premium Malt Beverage. A crisp, clean bite.
Presenting Blue from American Express. The card with no annual fee. And an introductory rate that's frozen at 0%. Call 1-800-600-BLUE to get yours. You can pay over time, which makes this card remarkably flexible. It has a rewards program with so many choices, it'll make your head spin. You can even bid on VIP passes to big events. Plus, it has a built-in smart chip that remembers your passwords and gives you extra security online. But while there are many reasons to carry Blue, there's only one number to call to get it. 1-800-600-BLUE. Call now to apply for yours. Blue from American Express.
Stanley Cup playoffs on ESPN2, brought to you by Subway. Fresh-made sandwiches on fresh-baked bread. Subway, eat fresh. Kia and the all-new Sorento SUV. Kia, make every mile count. And The Neighborhood, built by MCI. Back in St. Paul, the Twin Cities, here in Minnesota, a special welcome to our Minnesota audience watching this game exclusively on ESPN2, and I'm sure many of you, like the Wild themselves, wishing this was the start of tonight's hockey game, that it was a 7:30 puck drop tonight instead of 6:30. Second period underway, 2-0 Colorado. Joe Sakic, a pair of goals, minute 54 apart. Kept in immediately by Riku Hall. Here's Heinup, checked by Sekiraj, who lost his stick, as Zoltak gave him the puck back. Back to the point, Foot can't keep in, and he'll come back to center ice. Scoring chances, Minnesota out. Chance Colorado 2-1. Outshot them by 3. Yet the Avalanche have the 2-0 lead. Early stages, period number 2. Colorado looking to win tonight and look to clinch it home on Saturday afternoon back in Denver on ABC. Here's DeVries. Can't do much with it. Wall's trying to pick it up. Gets a little help. Here's Loxonen across the line. Antti Loxonen now on the backhand. Puts it in front of the net. Loose puck. Mitchell gets there, got the shot away.
Perfect rebound location by Patrick, getting it in the corner.
Mitchell, another shot, his third of the game, and Wow will reach out with the glove and stop that action.
Absolutely. That's a good veteran move by Patrick Waugh. Quiet everything down, slow down the pace. Mitchell's got a good hard shot. And this first one, this one here on the glove, and Patrick makes a good save, keeps it in the webbing, and smothers it up. The one before that, he used the blocker to push it in the corner. You see the Avs offense, first 5 periods, 4 goals on 64. Last 5, 6 goals on 30 shots. That is some good shooting percentage.
What a difference in this series. Face off to the left of Waugh. Dupuis, good face-off win. Here's Marshall. Lets it go, and it was tipped by Stevenson. Got another chance in front, he fanned on it. In prime scoring real estate, and he fanned on it. in Wild franchise history. Here's Battaglia. He'll shoot it out to center. And it's shot in by Reinprecht. Manny Fernandez, who replaced Dwayne Rollison after Rollison gave up a pair of Joe Sakic goals. Able to push it off to his defense. Schultz for Marshall. And Minnesota will come back. All sorts of problems. Can't even get out of the zone now. Bouchard back checking in his own end. Here's Sakic. Maybe thinking about a playoff hat trick. In the corner. There's Hall. Sakic comes over. Bouchard on him. Marshall still has man tied up. Sakic tried the wrap, but the puck was knocked away, and it's cleared out to center ice.
That's a tough defensive matchup, though, for the young Pierre-Marc Bouchard, going head-to-head with Joe Sakic. And I believe at the very end of the shift, inadvertently, I think Joe gave him a little elbow up there, up top, as Bouchard was trying to cover him.
I didn't know it was inadvertent, Panger.
Because Joe's that kind of guy.
Oh, that's right. Maybe he meant to say, hey, kid, welcome to the Stanley Cup playoffs. This is how we do it.
Just very odd that somebody was shorter than him.
Here's Martin. He's checked by McCall. Good forecheck by Kuba. Able to keep in at the point. And you would expect to see Minnesota defensemen jumping up and taking some chances. Wes Walls, the forward, is the first man back in the Minnesota end.
And no ice in
Tanguay battle. And Colorado able to come away, as always, with Forsberg. For Hayter. Tanguay in a high slot, looking for the puck. Forsberg checked by Sekarash. Here's Forsberg. Backhand for Tanguay. Good little poke by the Wild's Philippe Kuba. Forsberg on it again. Away from Sekarash. Good puck possession by Colorado. Center in front, sticked away by Fernandez. And finally, Minnesota comes out with Loxton. A little too shifty for himself. And it's pumped out to center and right into the middle of the Minnesota line change.
Ooh, close to being too many men.
Here's Dowd, backhander. Loxton knocked away. Morris will sweep it around the glass. There's Mike Keane on it. Thanks to Mike Keane for joining us in between periods 1 and 2.
Yeah, and keep in mind, as Mike Keane mentioned, he played with Manny Fernandez in Dallas when they were trying to win their second straight Stanley Cup, only to lose to New Jersey.
Penalty coming up. Ronning was taken out. Center for Dowd! And he swung and missed. Second great scoring chance for Minnesota that was fanned on. That time by Dowd. Earlier, Stevenson found himself all alone for a split second in front of Patrick Waugh. He swung and missed. Fernandez is out on the delayed penalty, so the extra attacker on. Whistle will blow in Colorado. Touches, and they do. Back to John Butchergrass.
Two guys who use long hockey sticks, Dave Andreychuk and Martin St. Louis. They're killing a penalty. Blocked by Andreychuk, and then he goes and gets a 2-on-1. The tall Andreychuk, the wee little St. Louis, and Martin St. Louis now tied for the lead of playoff scoring with McGillney and Yager. 2-1 Bolts.
Serge Aubin, who gets back in the lineup after being scratched in Game 3. He'll take the penalty.
Right there, a trip on Cliff Ronning trying to cross the blue line, and as Ronning's trying to make a little crossover, gets tripped up by the shaft of the stick of Aubin. And this is the first power play of the game for Minnesota. The Avalanche are 1-for-1 with the man advantage. And that's one thing they really liked in Game 3 was their penalty killing. Colorado killed off 6 of 6 power plays against them.
Back to the point now. Wrapped around the boards, Ronning the forward. Plays the point on the power play. Bouchard able to move it back to him now. Ronning, quick snapper towards the front. It's loose, still loose, scramble for it. And the Avs get to it, and they'll clear. We asked Tony Granato yesterday in the off day after the skate, what went wrong? What was he concerned about in the shutout win in game number 3? And he realized the only problem he had with his team's play, the too many minor penalties. 2-on-2, now 3-on-3, back behind the goal. Puck pops free to Minnesota. There's DeVries trying to knock it down. Did so, but Minnesota able to get puck possession. Zoltak to the front of the net. Here's Gaborik. Trying to find Zoltak, and he did, and that's the shot away. It's a good-looking power play. Left-hand save, Waugh. Clearing attempt, kept in by Ronning. Gaborik for Zoltak to the corner. Brunette is there, checked by DeVries. Loose puck off the back of the net. Ryan Preck will come over, off the glass, and out of the zone.
Yeah, really good puck movement right there. Patrick Waugh just looks steadier and steadier. His position is excellent. His reaction is perfect.
Chance will get to it and whip it down the ice.
Because those are some good quality scoring chances. You're right, Steve. And Ronning stays on the ice at the point of the power play. Look for him to go for a line change. Only 10 seconds left with the man advantage.
Here's Keane. Off her foot. Hard off the boards and down. Minnesota went 2 for 3 in game 1 on the power play. In games 2 and 3, and now this game with the penalty over, they are 1 for their last 12. Here's Walls. Deflected off a stick and then off the stick of Waugh. Foot turns it right over. Locks it in front. Waugh got there. Went post to post to make the save on Richard Park. Park can't buy a goal.
Man, Park's had some good chances. You're right. Patrick doing a 2-pad slide. That's not part of his arsenal. That's a wonderful save by Waugh.
Park is snake bitten.
Yeah, sure is.
Or he's Patrick Waugh bitten. Wow. Here's Laaksonen off a skate. Mitchell, good play on the bouncing puck to keep it inside the zone. Here's Tanguay now. Off for Forsberg. That looked offside from here. And now we'll bring it across.
Peter felt bad about it, so he thought he'd bring it back over the line and start up again.
Let me give the linesman another chance to get it right. Here's Mitchell. Scoring chances, all Minnesota. Again, you wouldn't know it by looking up at the big board. 2-0 Colorado. 7.5 into the second. Turned over to Brunette. Bouncing puck, he couldn't settle it down.
Good hand-eye coordination to begin it from Brunette. He just couldn't, yeah, you're right, just couldn't calm it down enough to make the play afterwards.
Here's Brunette in across the line. Good quick stick by DeVries, but it goes right to Zoltov now. Oh, here's Zoltov. Wraparound, he fanned on his shot. Here's Gabrick for Zoltov. And that shot is blocked. Long shot from the angle, missed the mark. Minnesota's really coming here. Here's Gabrick now inside the circle, makes the move, and rips it, missed it on the near side. Good hustle by Gabrick to body the man as he got it deeper, but Colorado allowed to come out. Morris long shot. Fernandez the save. Wrapped around behind the boards. Kuba away from Wilsey, but it's kept in by Rob Blake towards the front of the net, knocked down by the defense. And Brunette will put it ahead for Ronning, and that, in fact, will be a 2-line pass. 11:28 left here in the second. Is this Minnesota's final home game of the season? They trail 2-0 in game 4.
Hey, Smith, you get a raise?
No, I got an Optima. Introducing the Kia Optima midsize sedan.
Smith got a raise and options.
With available V6.
VP?
10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Smith's taken over.
Smith. And a starting price around $16,000.
Watch your back, Smith.
Smith Worldwide.
It'll just look like you got a raise. The Kia Optima. Right now, get 0% financing or up to $3,000 cash back.
As my friend Sergio from Rio says.
Excuse me, did you say Sergio?
From Rio.
Yes? Your darkish, lightish hair?
About this high?
Heavy set, thin guy?
You know Sergio.
Yeah.
Come join
Wait. Let's go see Sergio.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage. Intelligent nightlife.
For years, people have been telling us that a long-distance call is so different from a local call that it has to cost more money. They both look like apples to me. That's what's great about the neighborhood. You can get unlimited local and long distance for one low monthly price. So every call from home is the same. That's some fresh news.
Call 1-800-JOIN-MCI today, the neighborhood, where local and long distance come together.
Back at the XL Energy Center here in St. Paul, Minnesota. Steve Levy, Darren Pang, and our outstanding ESPN2 crew. Another capacity jacked up crowd still waiting to see a goal by the home team here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And it's not as if Minnesota hasn't had their chances. They've either fanned or shot the puck wide, or Patrick Waugh has made brilliant saves. The Avalanche looking for more. A high note, nice pass for Serge Aubin. Minnesota will get to it.
We saw a shift just a little while ago, Marian Gaboric's shift, and he showed a little nastiness and feistiness in trying to compete and fight for the puck. And that's part of the learning process that he's going to have to go through here. He's going to have to work real hard to get his scoring chances. It's going to be hard work.
Something to cheer about for the Wild faithful. A couple of body checks thrown. Pasquale Dupuis laying the body as the puck goes off the netting and out of play.
Well, you mentioned some pretty good side-to-side movement there by the Minnesota Wild, trying to get Patrick going from post to post, but he responds with a wonderful save, getting his left pad down low, moving from his left to his right from our Southwest Airlines goal cam. It's the bottom leg that's the key. Unless the puck's bobbling in the air, normally that puck's going to come low, so your bottom leg has got to come out sweepingly fast and on the ice as quickly as possible.
Willie Mitchell jumps on it. He's been one of the real good players to emerge in this series for Minnesota. Park, and the puck hopped on. Couldn't settle down the feed. Walls, Park, and McCall providing some good offense. This line for Minnesota. McCall's already made a big difference. Headman pass. And Tanguay was trying to sweep it. Just as I said something nice about Mitchell, he turns it over, but he's fortunate. Walls was able to get to it. Right back for Mitchell. Mitchell's been one of the workhorses for Minnesota. And really, they're at a foot on defense. And that's a very, very good compliment to Mitchell.
Well, he's growing into that kind of role, and it's going to be a learning process for a long time. Jacques basically preached to him that you can be a real good defensive player. Forget about the offensive side of it. Be the best defensive player. He's been good.
Waugh out for a stroll. Maybe the only chance for Minnesota to score would be with Waugh out of the net. Here's Sakic and across the line. Off of Bates Battaglia. Sakic back behind the net. Here's Reinprecht. Reinprecht out of the circle, and the pass was broken up. DeVries rolling puck, still got it to Sakic. Sakic in front, had it swept away. You're thinking about career playoff hat tricks for Sakic. He's got a couple already. Here's Marian Gaborik. Gaborik shifting and shooting off of foot and into the netting. And that's the way the night has gone so far for Minnesota.
Champions rise up. Now, the NBA playoffs begin Saturday on ESPN.
What's good?
Sam?
Subway's new Italian urban cheese. The taste will bring you to your knees. Great bread makes a sandwich a true taste delight. You'll see for yourself with just one bite.
Subway, eat fresh!
Anger Management is the #1 movie in America, and critics are calling it hilarious. Rolling Stone says this is Jack unleashed. Sandler and Nicholson are hysterical together.
We're like Butch and Sundance!
Anger Management, rated PG-13, now playing.
Hey, Smith, you get a raise?
No, I got an Optima.
Introducing the Kia Optima midsize sedan.
Smith got a raise and options.
With available V6.
VP?
10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Smith's taking over.
Smith. And a starting price around $16,000.
Watch your back, Smith.
Smith Worldwide.
It'll just look like you got a raise. The Kia Optima. Right now, get 0% financing or up to $3,000 cash back.
New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black Premium Malt Beverage. A crisp, clean bite. New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black Premium Malt Beverage. A crisp, clean bite.
There's Marian Gaborik, one of the young stars to be for the Minnesota Wild.
One-on-one, great play by Adam Foote to get his stick on puck. Close the gap between him and Marian Gaborik. Adam Foote has been stellar, and Gaborik's learning a whole lot. As the crowd here in Minnesota, Steve, on their feet, giving their Wild plenty of encouragement.
Colorado able to get to it. Schultz will race back and pull it away from Manny Fernandez. Up the near side. And the Avalanche able to get right to it. Patrick Roy's shutout streak at some 91.5 minutes. And Minnesota looking to do something to end that.
And he's never had consecutive playoff shutouts before in his illustrious career. That's amazing.
It's amazing that there's still something out there that he hasn't done. That's what's really amazing. 23 playoff shutouts. None consecutive in the same playoff season. And working on that tonight. Here's Sakic getting across the line. Off of Sakic's play and wide. Sakic will cover him. Here's Sakic towards the front of the net to play Fernandez to cover it up.
Well, Joe Sakic is really gaining the zone. This is something that the Avalanche coaching staff have talked about. Getting their best players through the neutral zone with speed. So far in this game, Sakic has been all world. Fabulous. Unbelievable play on the first one. Here a little cut-in move, and that seems like it's a long way away. I'm telling you, folks, that's an unbelievable shot. Toughest shape for a goalie to make is low to the stick side, and Joe Sakic proved it right there. Not much of a wind-up, but off the heel-to-toe wrister, as you see 2 career playoff hat-tricks. 95 is a member of the Quebec Nordiques. Remember that series?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Is that the Kovalev penalty?
That's right.
Shot deflected into the netting and out of play. Kovalev drew a penalty that many thought should not have been called. Turned the series around.
Well, the neutral zone coverage of the Minnesota Wild is so good, but what Colorado has done is worked with speed. Joe beats the first guy and the second. Stop it here, guys. Look at these guys. They've just taken sweeping motions. Now he's got speed, and he's also got players coming up the ice in the neutral zone. We didn't see that very much in Colorado. Neutral zone coverage for Minnesota was much better then, but I like the adjustments that they've made in Colorado to go in there with some speed.
Forsberg back to the point. Shot through traffic is blocked down. Might have hit Tanguay in front of the net, and the Wild look to move away at center. Forsberg off that busted play. Slap shot. Block. And a save by Fernandez on the rebound. Manny Fernandez, his first chance to shine, and there it is.
Well, that's some good stuff there, and that has rejuvenated and electrified this home crowd. Wonderful stuff by this French-Canadian goaltender that won a Memorial Cup championship while a junior player. Little turnover there in the neutral zone, and look at Peter Forsberg. He lets her rip the broken stick, the good save with the pad, and then the rebound right up top, and Fernandez swallows that one up. This one would have been tough to track because the stick was broken. Credit Fernandez for his focus and how sharp he's been in this game.
This is just his 3rd career playoff game. Has only played a total of 19 postseason minutes coming into this one. And 17 of the 19 was in one game. Game 1 of the 2000 finals. In replacing Eddie Belfour. Dallas against New Jersey. He did give up 1 goal on 8 shots in that Stanley Cup Finals game. Hey, if you got to get playoff experience, might as well get it in the Stanley Cup Finals.
It's hard to get experience when you're playing behind a guy like Eddie Belfour. You go in for 3, 4, 5 minutes. I remember doing that one playoff series, and I mean, you're just a stopgap guy. You're not a guy that gets in there and gets the feel. He's getting feel now.
It's interesting, the tandem from Minnesota, Fernandez and Rosen, the guys they have backed up. Rosen backing up Dominik Hasek, another brilliant performer. More good pressure here for Minnesota. Marshall forcing the issue. Blake gets to it. Turned it over to the Wild. Pass deflected. Will go to the corner. Rod, tricky little play, stepped out, and he knew Dupuis was coming his way. He got right in his way, and that allowed Colorado to get to the puck for the time being.
Good pressure here by Minnesota.
Here's Dupuis. Debris on him, centered. Nobody home for Minnesota, and the puck will just roll out to center ice. 6:05 left here in the second. Coming up after our game tonight, the hockey world is watching to see if the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim can sweep the Red Wings out. Who's puck at center? Battaglia couldn't settle it down. Here's Zoltak now. Zoltak shifting and across the line. His pass was deflected. Park trying to get the angle on foot and does. Waugh out to stick it away. Really lost his stick. Loose puck in front. And it's cleared away to center. And all the way down. Fernandez will have to play it to no icing. Chopped out of midair by Battaglia. Good play by Park to come back and steal it away. He finds McCall. McCall to let it go. That shot is blocked into the netting. Still 2-0 Colorado here in St. Paul.
Hey, Smith, you get a raise?
No, I got an Optima. Introducing the Kia Optima midsize sedan.
Smith got a raise and options.
With available V6.
VP?
10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Smith's taking over.
Smith. And a starting price around $16,000.
Watch your back, Smith.
Smith Worldwide.
It'll just look like you got a raise. The Kia Optima. Right now, get 0% financing or up to $3,000.
Hi, I'm Tom Bergeron, host of Hollywood Squares and a March of Dimes volunteer. Premature birth is a bigger problem in this country than most people think. It affects 1 of every 8 babies. Some of these babies are born so early that doctors can't save them. Others may suffer lifelong consequences like mental retardation and blindness. You can help the March of Dimes fight prematurity by signing up for Walk America. Here's how. Visit walkamerica.org or call 1-800-525-WALK and register today.
There's a stretch of sparkling white sand that runs for 23 miles along Florida's east coast. Some call it relaxing. Some a playground. Some call it Daytona Beach. But most simply call it fun. Call toll-free now for a free Daytona Beach visitor guide and superior small lodging brochure filled with affordable vacation ideas. The water's warm. The natives are friendly. All you have to do is make time.
Back at the XL Energy Center here in St. Paul, Minnesota. Bill Robertson and his staff here with the Wild do such a fine job, and we certainly appreciate their hospitality. I think maybe for the only time in history, Pang, you'll allow me to speak for you on that particular occasion.
Oh, absolutely. They're fantastic people, highly energized, great structure here in Minneapolis. Yeah, we've enjoyed ourselves a great deal.
First-rate organization from top to bottom. Shot, stick save by Fernandez. Zyuzin will get to it. Zyuzin's had himself a pretty strong series for Minnesota. As some of these Wild players who you might not be familiar with start establishing some marquee value and some name value. Go up and down the Colorado roster, every single player on the team has it.
Well, the one thing, though, as you keep in mind, is certainly salary structure right now, but the Avalanche have done such a great job of keeping their marquee players under contract and adding a few along the way. That would be a guy like Rob Blake, and now Derek Morris is going to be a stud for a long period of time.
Centered in front, the Wild able to get to it. Minnesota the lowest payroll of any playoff team. Here's Bill McCall. Drops it for Dowd. He'll spin away from Tanguay. Dowd will pull up, makes the pass, looking for Park. McCall throws the body, couldn't get to the puck. Good check throw there in the corner. But Colorado's able to clear the zone. Minnesota will try it one more time.
You know, Jimmy Dowd to end the regular season, he only had 2 goals in 20 games. And maybe they've got to go back to the simplistic part. That was a chance to shoot the puck. Shoot it and drive hard to the net. And instead he pulled up. What a hit right there by Danny Heino on Dowd as Dowd was looking for a line change.
Thought the icing would be called, and DeVries must not have gotten there first.
Now Patrick was trying to yell at him at the last minute, saying it was waved off by the linesman.
Stevenson, bit of a pick, allows Dupuis to come away, and the shot was blocked. Schultz able to keep it. He's checked by Shantz. Here's Bouchard, back behind the net. He's muscled off the play by Blake, and Blake was taken out. Penalty. Marshall is going to go for the pick on Blake. But let's send it back to John.
Vincent Lecavalier invisible the first 2 games of the Lightning Capitals series. He had 2 goals last night. He wins the draw, rolls to the net, gets the rebound, and scores. 3-1, both primed to even the series at 2.
How's the home ice advantage working out in that series?
Yeah, but all rebounds, you know, that's just what we're talking about with Jimmy Dowd as you see Jason Marshall in the penalty box. Never hurts to put the puck on net. If you've got some flow and momentum, someone's going to drive hard to the net. There's the trip as Blake was trying to follow up the youngster Bouchard. A little bit of the toe of the foot there, and he knocks down Blake. It's actually a good call. The fans don't like it, but it's a trip.
The Avalanche will wind it up. Second power play of the game. Marshall for interference at 16:38. Fernandez will stop it there for Mitchell. He'll wrap it around. Forsberg takes it off his boot. Sakic on. Hayduk as well. There are your 3 forwards. Foot and Morris on defense. The points on this power play. Walls is covering Foot. Pass got all the way across. Here's Morris. He'll pull it out. Back for Foot. Shovels it off for Forsberg now. Trying to create some motion. Zyuzin was able to block it. A pretty good battle going on in front of the net. Here's Hayduk now. As Morris, the defenseman, goes to the front of the net. Fernandez able to see it, able to stop it, and it's cleared. 1:04 left. on the penalty.
Steve, the fans were getting impatient, but Colorado was on the outside. You might as well let them have the puck on the outside. And even that last shot, Manny Fernandez will take that any day of the week. A shot from the point that he can see, you'll take 10 of those.
Offside on the power play at the Minnesota blue line with 2:10 left in the period.
And I always liked a power play that stayed on the outside. You're trying to eliminate that pass through the seam where a quality guy like Joe Sakic's going to be there. Here's the fans started going a little bit impatiently there, but they got it on the outside. There's Wes Walz kind of pressures them a little bit there. This was at the tail end of it. They get back in their formation. Here they are. Leave it to the outside. Leave it to the outside. That shot there is a harmless shot with no traffic in front. No reason to panic. It's almost like on the power play. The fans want you to shoot it right away. You do have to wait for that better scoring chance. But defensively, let them stay on the outside.
Here's Skula. He'll wrap it around the board. Park knocked it away. Crowd wanting a penalty as Park went down and won't get the call. Here's Dupuis. 25 seconds left on the penalty to Marshall. Kuba just able to get it out. And Park was thinking about the shorthanded rush and couldn't knock it down. One shot so far on this power play. There's 15 seconds left in it. Skula looking for Tanguay, picked off Loxinen. Walz was trying to break back the other way and could not get it. Here's Blake. Steps up. Blake, quick wrister. Stop by Fernandez. As players come together. High note involved for Colorado as always. Power play is over now. Marshall out of the box. And a minute 20 left in the period. One more time back to the studio.
Thank you, Steve. 6 games in all going on tonight in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Dodge intermission report will have highlights of 5 of them. The other one not yet underway. Detroit, Anaheim will have a preview from Anaheim as the Ducks go for the sweep. Barry Melrose, Ray Ferraro will join me.
Certainly looking forward to that. Detroit and Anaheim. I think there are people out there in hockey who still can't believe it's 3-0.
Well, it's been something seeing Scotty Bowman, the legendary Hall of Fame coach, here in Minnesota, scouting these two teams. He's been at morning skates. He's been at practices on off days.
Kept in at the point. Zyuzin lets it go. Nothing but glass. DeVries bodies his man. Turnaround shot. Missed the mark. Final 60 seconds of period number 2. 2-0 Colorado. Looking to take a 3-1 series lead on their way home Saturday, where they would attempt to wrap it up on ABC. That's center. Across the line now. Colorado trying to make something happen in the final seconds. Good play. Hayduk was hit. Forsberg hit as well. Centering feed all the way through. Loxinen gets to it. The Minnesota will shoot down.
That was another good example of the defensive prowess of Big Willie Mitchell. One-on-one with the very tricky Hayduk. And he took him off, didn't follow the puck, and just eliminated him from the play.
Puck out of play and into the crowd. 18.3 seconds left here in the second. I think Minnesota has to keep in mind it's only 2-0. Might seem like it's 4-0, but it's only 2-0 in this game. And there's the man you're talking about, the legendary Scotty Bowman.
Yep. I know it much in anticipation of the game coming up. He's got Danny Belisle here as well, pro scout and one-time head coach of the Detroit Red Wings.
Tripped up at the line. Gaborik will let it rip and didn't miss by much. Tanguay will just flip it out. And that will do it. 2 periods complete. Minnesota continues to outshoot Colorado, but they trail 2-0 after 2.
Are you Brad? I'm Alex.
No, it's not Brad.
Blind date.
Sorry, Alex. Hey, you must be Brad. Oh, yeah. I'm Alex.
New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black Premium Malt Beverage.
So, what is your name?
Hi, Tom Bodette. If you want to save a little extra cash, check out Quick 6 Web Bargains at Motel6.com. It's the fastest way to save. See? Told you. We'll leave the light on for you. And Accor Hotel.
In the town of Darkness Falls, the unthinkable is coming home.
Hello?
on the thrilling DVD with 7 deleted scenes too terrifying for theaters and much more. Darkness Falls. Buy it April 22nd on special edition DVD.
You stay in the light, you stay alive.
Hey, Smith, you get a raise?
No, I got an Optima.
Introducing the Kia Optima midsize sedan.
Smith got a raise and options.
With available V6,
VP?
10-year, 100,000-mile warranty,
Smith's taking over.
Smith, and a starting price around $16,000.
Watch your back, Smith.
Smith Worldwide.
It'll just look like you got a raise. The Kia Optima. Right now, get 0% financing or up to $3,000 cash back.
Michelin designed the cross-terrain SUV tires specifically for SUVs to help provide responsive handling and a smooth ride. You'd be surprised just how smooth. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Welcome back. Dodge intermission report. After 40 minutes, the Avalanche in control of the Wild. 5 other games going on with Ray Ferraro and Barry Melrose. I'm John Butchercross. Only one game has yet to start. That is the Detroit-Anaheim game. It's the game 2 of our doubleheader here on ESPN2. Meanwhile, let's go around and check out the other action. Fast and furious. Many important battles as we get deeper into the series. And Anton Volchenkov makes it 2-0 Ottawa. Mike Fisher had made it 1-0 Sens. Very early, they're on top. Then late first, finally, the Islanders get on the board. Adrian Aucoin, Barry.
Great shot from the point. You can see it's a seeing eye shot right along the ice, right under the paddle, so to speak. First goal for Aucoin.
Power play Ottawa. Hossa aerial pass to Havlat, and Ray, your favorite player, knocks it in for the Islanders.
Yeah, defensively, Kvasha does some strange things. Here he's just trying to deflect the puck away, though. Bad break for Kvasha. The puck goes behind Gar Snow. 3-1 lead. Ottawa
Why
very
don't
good
you
with
like
the lead.
Kvasha?
Because I don't think he's got a clue what he's doing in his own end.
Islanders 2 for 24 on power plays this series. Parrish 2 goals in 30 games. Pekka no goals his last 23 games. Issues. Maple Leafs hosting the Flyers. Game 4, 2-1. Darcy Tucker. Jeremy Roenick. Roenick does not leave the game, but what's he saying here, Ray?
He's asking him what's for dinner. He says, keep your head up. I'm coming back after you later on.
1-0 Flyers dominating this game, but Travis Green gets in deep, shorthanded, 1-1. And then Eddie Belfour, turnover. Roenick bounces it in off him, and the Flyers in control. They're up 2-1, but moments ago, the Maple Leafs come back, Barry.
They need this guy to start scoring, and that's Matt Sundin. Him and Owen Nolan are the key to the series. You see Czechmanek sort of stumble, get knocked down by his own defenseman. That allowed Sundin to hit the upper part of the net.
Yeah, Desjardins slid into Czechmanek. He lost his balance for a second. That was the difference. McGillney not playing in this game, as you can see. Concussion-like symptoms as the Flyers, who have lost 5 straight playoff road games. Keep in mind their goal-scoring issues. Primo, no goals in 20. Leclaire, 1 in his last 12. Tampa Bay looking to even the series. And Martin St. Louis. Boy, what a series he is having. You can't hit what you can't catch. Schools, Brendan Witt there makes it 1-0. Then it's 2-on-1 time, Barry.
Short-handed. Kip Miller was playing the point in the power play, gave it up. Gonchar couldn't get back, and a great play by Andrei.
Then great effort by number 4, Ray.
Yeah, LeCavalier wins the draw. He goes to the net. Halpern loses his guy. Vinny bangs it into the empty net. No chance for Kolzig after a great point shot as well.
Still no power play goals for the Bolts. They're 3 for 47 against the Capitals this year on the power play. But St. Louis and LeCavalier have combined for 6 of Tampa Bay's 10 goals in the series. They lead 3-1, and they're very close to even this series up at 2. That means their road team would have won all games in this series and would go back to Tampa Bay. Marcus Naslund needs to start scoring, Ray.
Yeah, no team relies on their top line more than the Canucks. Naslund throws it at the net through all kinds of traffic. Osgood has no chances. He doesn't see it. It goes in. Bertuzzi's already taken a bad penalty. He's a little frustrated with Barrett Jackman in this series.
All right, so the Canucks, who are down 2-1, lead 1-0 late in the first, looking to even the series before going back to British Columbia.
So how's that diet coming? Sweet.
Enjoy the convenience of great tasting filtered water in your kitchen, in your bar, and even in your bathroom. The AquaSuite filtering faucet from Moen. Buy it for looks, buy it for life.
We're here in New Orleans. We just won the national title, and we are going crazy.
Now, Sports Illustrated honors the national champion Syracuse Orangemen with a fantastic national championship package, free with your paid subscription.
Let's go Orange! Let's go Orange!
Start out with this special Sports Illustrated National Championship hardbound collector's issue.
We're number one! We're number one!
Sports Illustrated Syracuse National Championship commemorative is gold-lettered and individually numbered, a cherished keepsake you'll treasure forever.
Every Syracuse fan needs this free book. Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Call now and you'll also get this collectible mini basketball designed exclusively for Sports Illustrated in celebration of Syracuse's first national championship.
Every Syracuse fan wants their free national championship ball.
Both the hardbound commemorative and collectible mini basketball are free when you order 56 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.59 an issue. Save more than 50% off the cover price.
We are SU!
When you use your credit card, you'll get another great gift available only from Sports Illustrated. This Syracuse National Championship hat, free.
We get Syracuse,
And we get more Syracuse. And it's all free.
Celebrate the #1 team in the nation with 3 great gifts from the nation's #1 sports magazine, Sports Illustrated. Call now.
2 back-to-back sports centuries on ESPN Classic. Each night, the icons of yesteryear. Then the heroes of here and now. Sports Century's Old School, New School Week. All this week, 8 Eastern on ESPN Classic.
Welcome back. Dodge Intermission Report. Coming up, Game 2 of our doubleheader is the Detroit Red Wings and the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. The Red Wings scored the most goals during the regular season in the NHL. Through 3 games, they have just 4. Why? Well, of course, J.S. Giguère and his implausible .971 save percentage. Game 2 of our doubleheader, Ducks and the Wings. Ducks go for the sweep. Gary Thorne, Bill Clement have the call.
John, there's absolutely no question. Nobody would have predicted that we'd be here in a Game 4 in this series looking for Detroit to be the team on the way out. And that means there's frustration that Detroit's got to keep in check here tonight.
Yeah, the frustration really started to show through in Game 3. And when it's led by Steve Yzerman, you know that a guy named Jean-Sébastien Giguère has gotten into the Red Wings' head. Steve Yzerman late in the game took a slashing penalty when he went to the box. He decided that if he hadn't taken out enough frustration on the Mighty Ducks, he was going to do it on a camera in the penalty box. Clearly, the Red Wings have to try to play with controlled desperation and not let the frustration overpower them.
And they've got to do that because the team they're playing against, the Mighty Ducks, everything has gone their way, including the magnificent goaltending. And how'd you like to be 20 years old tomorrow and celebrate a sweep of the former Cup champions tonight?
Well, the idea is to have that celebration on an off day, right, without a game the next day. And that's what Cheestov is facing because he will turn 20 tomorrow. The Mighty Ducks in this series were hoping to get some offense from their third line. Boy, did that ever happen in Game 3. Cheestov picked up an assist on this goal by Sammy Paulson. And then with a great forecheck and some confusion by the Red Wings, he scored the game winner. So the 19-year-old is a factor. You look at the top of the scoring for the Mighty Ducks, Cheestov's name's at the top.
So tonight, this is what the hockey world will be watching. Is it the night the defending Stanley Cup champions go down 4 in the first round? John?
Gary, Detroit's 137 shots on goal are the most by a team in the first 3 games of a playoff series since the Red Wings had 150 against Anaheim in 97, Barry, but they're not going in.
They're not going in, and it's directly related to the goaltender. He's got into their heads, like Billy says. It's got to be Yzerman, Fedorov, guys like this. They're the leaders, best players in the world. They got to get the job done.
All right, third period from Minnesota is on the way. The Colorado Avalanche 1 win away from going back home and a chance to wrap it up.
This intermission report, presented by Dodge, the official road team of the NHL. Grab life by the horns. Dodge.
New Game Boy Advance SP, featuring a luminous screen so you can even play in the dark. There's a rechargeable built-in battery. It plays your favorite Game Boy Advance titles, and it's compact so it's ready to go.
New Game Boy Advance SP.
Is razor burn ruining your morning? The Extreme 3 from Schick balances 3 blades on a central pivot for a close, comfortable shave. The Extreme 3. Get close, not burned.
So if I ran an online trading company, here's the way it would work. You'd make your trade, you'd pay the fee, a standard fee. No order handling fees or share limitations. I guess I'd run it like Ameritrade.
At Ameritrade, every online equity trade is $10.99, including stop and limit orders. No handling fees, no share limits, no gimmicks. Ameritrade, what's your share? Open an account at Ameritrade.com today and get 25 commission-free internet equity trades, and you could be trading the same day you apply.
Let's recognize the team, the champ and the underdog alike. Those who fail and succeed together. Because that's where the strength comes from. Standing up against adversity and knowing another stands right beside. As the chain goes on, the NCAA championships on ESPN. Coca-Cola proudly helps student athletes pursue their dreams.
So close, within a hair, but not quite there. The hair stays for April Savings Day. Right now, get savings up to 10 grand or financing as low as 0 APR on Toyota, Honda, Jeep, Lincoln, Mercury, Subaru, Mitsubishi, Hyundai, and more. If you're in the market for a new car, the Bob Romanello Group is here for you.
There's only one Bob Roman.
The Bob Romanello Group, Sagamore Parkway, Teal Road, Creasy Lane, Lafayette.
Need cash? Head for Cash Loan and Security. They'll buy your stuff. Cash Loan and Security, US 52. Like to shop? Cash Loan and Security offers guitars, VCRs, tools, video games, big TVs, diamond rings. Save big! Cash Loan and Security, US 52. Get cash quick with Cash Loan and Security's Payroll Advance. Your personal check puts money in your pocket now. Cash Loan and Security, US 52. Need a loan? Cash Loan and Security loans money on items of value. Bring it in. Walk out with cash. Cash Loan and Security, 1 block south of Union.
Welcome back, Dodge Intermission Report. Big game in Toronto, still 2-2. Still a shots on goal issue for Toronto, Raymond.
Well, they only had 6 after 2 periods. Sundin scores on their 7th shot. Must be frustrating for the Flyers to keep them that tight defensively and still be in a battle 2-2.
Flyers are on the power play midway through the 3rd period. Score tied at 2.
This intermission report, presented by Dodge, the official road team of the NHL. Grab life by the horns. Dodge.
Hey, Don! Hey, what's up? You going to Tommy's party? I can't. I'm working. Oh, break.
The Dodge SXTs. 4 cool cars. And you won't have to work 2 jobs just to buy one.
Don, you made it!
I like your hat.
Grab Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty. Ford, Chevy, and Toyota don't match it.
What's good?
Sam? Subway's new Italian urban cheese. The taste will bring you to your knees. Great bread makes a sandwich a true taste delight. You'll see for yourself with just 1 bite.
Subway, eat fresh!
May 2nd.
This is out of control. How am I supposed to manage all of this? No, that's not what I mean. Look, I just want this to work with that. That's not a solution. What am I paying you for?
Are you in on it? Go to the new cheaptickets.com with new fare search technology for lower prices than ever. Or call now for new travel deals on cars, cruises, condos, and vacation packages. Why just save on airfares? Introducing new low hotel prices. Now save up to 70%. Cheap Tickets, the best kept secret in travel.
It's 3rd and long for the Texans. Carr and his offense come up to the line.
What does your team need? Watch the 2003 NFL Draft on ESPN because every round counts. Coverage begins next Saturday and Sunday, only on ESPN.
The Stanley Cup playoffs on ESPN2, brought to you by 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls. It's cheap for you and free for them. Sun Microsystems. We make the systems and software that make the net work. And Dodge, the official road team of the NHL. Grab life by the horns, Dodge. Steve Levy, Darren Pang back at the XL Energy Center here in St. Paul, Minnesota. Game 4, Western Conference quarterfinal series. The Avs lead 2-1. Looking to go up 3-1 with a chance to clinch on home ice Saturday on ABC. We open up period number 3. We do so. The Wild out-chancing the Avs, out-shooting the Avs, winning just about every battle except the one up on the big board that says Colorado 2 and Minnesota 0. Heinold, the Minnesota native, kicked it around. He was spun around. Sakic will shoot it around the boards. And Minnesota will get to it. Park will shoot it deeper into his own end. And the Wild look to set things up and come out of the zone with Philippe Kuba.
Danny Heinold's been a good player for Colorado, and that was good of him to stay on his feet, not embellish it, and just fight through the checks. That's playoff hockey too. You know, I know the referees are trying to call the stick fouls, but you got to battle through it. You're going to get nothing for free this time of year.
Wouldn't want to embellish something. Maybe his high school coach is in attendance.
That's right.
I know he was for game number 3 of the series. Dan's mom handling the ticket broker aspect of things. Dan figured he had about 16 tickets for each of these 2 games. Heinold let it go off the feet from Forsberg, and Manny Fernandez will hang on. Our AT&T storyline. Joe Sakic, the all-time leading scorer, most points by any opponent of the Minnesota Wild. He's added to it in the playoffs.
And our AT&T storyline replay. Joe Sakic seen this guy do it many, many times, and that would be the youngest player to ever receive the Conn Smythe Trophy. Patrick Roy did so in 1986 with Montreal, and he has been sharp when called upon here. He clearly gives them an aura of confidence. And although the score says 2-0, Patrick Roy has been a difference maker in this game.
Back behind the net. Here's a backhand chance by Gaborik. Marian Gaborik scored the first goal in franchise history. The first power play goal in franchise history. Will he score the first ever playoff goal in franchise history on home ice? Philippe Kuba gets credit for the first ever Minnesota playoff goal. Minnesota Wild goal, I should say. Foot is back for it. While we're talking about that, it's been 10 years, 357 days since Minnesota, an NHL Minnesota team, has scored a home playoff goal. Todd Ellick, then of the Minnesota North Stars, did the honors. A long shot. Hernandez easily stopped that one. Willie Mitchell will jump on it. Cross ice for Nick Schultz. Cross at center, no icing. It was tipped by Ronning across the red line. Watt turned it over to Loxinen. Loose puck battle for it. Marchman tied Loxinen up. Here's Zyuzin coming over to help out. And the puck is cleared off Reinfrecht and out to center. Marshall takes a bump as he shoots back in. Turned over. Here's Jeremy Stevenson. Shot, save, wow! And there's no rebound.
That's another good save, but it's on the angle, so that's perfect for Patrick Roy. He sucks it in the old midsection, as we saw his 23rd career playoff shutout. Never had 2 straight in one playoff year. But let's go back to that game. Game 3 at the end of the game. Whistle goes. Joel Tuck's got the puck. He's going to get a shutout. Watch the players on Colorado go chase this puck down. Oh, Keen's there, and he trips up Eric Messier. Eric Messier gets the puck, and after the game, Patrick said, that's what kind of character people we've got in our room. They make it fun. And clearly they've done it enough times too for Patrick Roy. And by the way, Messier, his reward, he doesn't play tonight.
Long shot from Dupuis. Roy stopped that one right. I don't think guys will be chasing for the puck. 104 minutes or so of shutout hockey being pitched by Patrick Roy. Here's Stevenson. He'll cycle it down low. Dupuis is cut off, and Roy will swing it around, and Roy's taken down. Penalty coming up. Roy was taken down, and it will be called, as you would expect.
Well, Patrick is going behind the net to help out, and it's the youngster Bouchard. And who did he idolize when he was growing up?
Patrick Roy.
Who was Bouchard as a street hockey goalie?
Patrick
He was always Patrick Roy. And Bouchard cuts in here, and the right foot of Bouchard slides in on the left foot of Patrick Roy. We got a good look at it right here. I mean, this is unintentional. He's making the glide and the turn. But you have to avoid contact at all costs. And Patrick Roy, Jacques Lemaire, Patrick's first coach, clearly doesn't like that one right there.
Pierre-Marc Bouchard.
Oh, they call it slashing. That's
Bouchard and Roy. Bouchard's birthday and Roy's NHL debut are separated by less than a year. You can see the age difference between those two. And he just got called for slashing his idol. Here's Rob Blake, lets it go, save Fernandez. Loose puck. Sakic is sent down to the ice, and Loxinen will break out. Antti Loxinen finds himself 1-on-3, and it's taken away by Morris. Here's Derek Morris, power play time, minute 25 left, wrapped around the boards. Mitchell fanned on his reversal. Zyuzin gets there, and he's able to clear.
Well, we'll have to see. I'm sure Wes Walsh is going to jump onto this ice here, and he does. And he has that one shorthanded goal anyway. So look for Wes Walsh, who's got good offensive instincts, to at least challenge if he gets puck possession.
Reinprecht tried to cut in on Kuba and could not. Sakic tied up Battaglia. Loose puck, foot couldn't hold the zone. And it'll go softly into the Colorado end. And Minnesota will get fresh players on the ice. Out ahead at center. And across the line, and now set right back out. Skulo jump on it for Colorado. He's pressured by Park.
Yeah, Reinprecht didn't realize that the defenseman had made a change, and there was nobody there at the right point, so he was laying that puck softly to the point man, and that's why it emptied the zone. It wasn't there.
Here's Battaglia to the corner. Coming out of the circle. Dumps it off for Reinprecht. And they set things up now for Tanguay. Tanguay centered, but Battaglia was tied up nicely by Kuba in front. Loxinen back on the ice. Trying to kill off the remainder of the penalty to Bouchard. Bouchard's out of the box. One shot by Colorado on this power play. And Bouchard will stay on for the time being. Mitchell will shoot to the corner. Foot will go back for. There's Bouchard to finish his hit. And the crowd roars. Bouchard in front, knocked it down, couldn't get the shot away. Pierre-Marc Bouchard finds Zoltan. Zoltan trying to give it back to him, and Foot was able to pick it off.
Good offensive line coming out of the penalty box with Bouchard and Gabrick on the ice at the same time with Zoltak.
Following our game tonight, we'll take you to Anaheim, where the unthinkable just might take place. Can the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim sweep away the Detroit Red Wings? We'll find out coming up immediately following our game tonight. Only two teams have come back from 3-0 deficits. The only team to ever win the Stanley Cup and be swept in the next year. You have to go back to the 1952 Toronto Maple Leafs.
How about those 75 Islanders, though? Detroit head coach Dave Lewis was part of that hockey club. He was on that team that came back.
Everybody in the hockey world buzzing about that. Any change in goal would you expect for Detroit? That's
not a chance. I don't think.
Will we see Manny legacy or not?
No, my opinion is it hasn't been a goaltending issue. He's got to start playing with a lead, and he hasn't been able to do that. His numbers are excellent. They're in the top 7 in all the playoffs, and there's been some darn good numbers in there. So
Loxinen trying to get it in deeper. Colorado will just hammer it right back out. Speaking of goaltending questions, I'm sure Jacques Lemaire will be second guessed for his starting of Dwayne Rolison and not Manny Fernandez. Here's McCall, his shot. Was blocked by Morris. Morris really finishes his hit. Dowd cycles it back behind the net. And the Avs get to it. Up the far side, just too far for Sakic, but it is cleared out to center. And I'm not second-guessing Lemaire. I'm just surprised by his choice. I don't think it was the right choice or the wrong choice, but I would have thought after consecutive losses, we would have seen Fernandez for sure. Dowd will shoot it around. Foot gets on it. Off the boards and out of the zone. Icing will be called. 6:55 in the third, 2-0 Avs.
Word has it someone here's trying to make a collect call. Calm down, people. All you gotta do is dial down the center with 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you, cheap for them. What do you say we get up out here and go hit a disco? Or not.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
See you next week.
See you, Bill. Good job, man.
Rusty, what's your hurry?
Hey, we're trying to get home, man.
Introducing the Dodge SRT series. Race inspired, street legal.
Sweet.
Power play specialist in the NHL. They got him coming. Not a lot of teams have.
What's wrong?
I don't know. It's just a little weird with them here.
They're just here because it's hockey night. They don't care about us.
Guys.
Go ahead, dude. You're fine, buddy. It doesn't matter.
Guys, I need this. Come on, schmookums.
That's ammonia, the little smelling salts that you see. And Manny Fernandez, the goalie for the Minnesota Wild, he goes to them a lot. Keep him sharp, keep him alert, and then he sticks him in there behind inside the net. Better than blood. I use that all the time, and boy, it's tablet, whatever gets you sharp and keeps you thinking crisp and clear. And obviously, he's done that for a little while.
Headman pass chopped at. They're going to call this icing if Colorado gets to it, and apparently they don't. Schultz able to keep in. This is Game 4, Western Conference quarterfinal series. The Avalanche looking to go up 3-1 with a chance to clinch it on home ice in Game 5 Saturday afternoon on ABC. They're 12 and a half away from that. Icing is called now in the Minnesota end. They'll bring it back down to the Colorado end, and that gets us to this evening's installment of Hanger Vision.
We've had a look at the glass here, and Danny Heinold helped us out because this is something else. It's called Athletica Glass Flex System with the tempered glass and not the acrylic. You can see how it is. It pushes back, it gives you some room, and we see some examples from the game activity. It maintains the sight lines, and it also addresses the player's safety. This is only the third game that they've used it here, and I think it's some pretty good product.
Gaborik was spilled by Keane, and Minnesota will go to the power play as Gaborik was cutting into scoring position.
Ball red. 2-minute penalty for hockey.
And Steve, this is only the second power play of the game, so Tony Granato, the one-time Wisconsin Badger. As we take a look at Mike Keane in the penalty box. Keane, number 12, keeping his eye on Gaborik. Gaborik's both feet were going sideways. The little hook embellished that move, and John Romera's got a power play.
Crowd waving those white flags that were handed out. The Wild's answer to the Homer Hanky, made famous by their baseball brothers in Minnesota, the Twins, at the Metrodome. So far, Minnesota just won for their last 12 on the power play after going 2 for 3 in Game 1. That was the difference in a 2-goal game. And this is a great opportunity because Keane is one of the penalty killers as well for Colorado.
That's right, but what a play by Joe Sakic then. You throw Joe on the ice for the first part of the PK, and he fires it right down the length of the ice on a quick little wraparound.
Here's Kuba, shoots it around. comes up the near side. Kuba might get a second crack at it. Won't. Colorado's Rob Blake will clear. Again, Anaheim and Detroit. Potentially the final game of that series is coming up after this one from St. Paul. Here's Kuba. He'll shoot it around the board. Stevenson on the far side to play the body. Here's Pasquale Dupuis. Can't get to it. And Colorado able to get it and clear. Crowd urging Magoo to make another call and give Minnesota a two-man advantage as Dupuis was taken down.
Minnesota spent 25 minutes yesterday working on the power play. And so far, they've got to make that change. They've got to settle things down.
Stevenson can't knock it down, and it's cleared by Haydu. Battaglia with the glove able to keep inside the zone. No shot so far on this man advantage. In 3 of their 6 power plays, in game 3, they didn't manage a single shot on goal. That shot won't be on goal. It's blocked by Reinprecht. Foot to the corner. Battle in front is Stevenson and Blake. Shot stopped by Wall. Loose puck to Reinprecht, and he'll clear.
And again, those are saves that Patrick will take those. Shots from the outside, no one in front for the rebound. But give Patrick credit. He's pushing that rebound out beyond everybody in front of him.
3 seconds left on the penalty to Keane. Long shot from Zyuzin is steered aside. Keane's out of the box. Here's Brunette back of the net. Gabrick and Zoltak behind the net with him. Turned over. Here's a chance. Quick shot. Save. Gabrick let it fly, and Waugh was better. And Forsberg will get to it. This is by far Marian Gabrick's best offensive game of this series. He got a goal in game 1, a rebound goal, and really has not shown the flashes of superstar offense that we expected out of him until this game here tonight. Pushed ahead. Tanguay was slowed down. McCall goes back for it. Off for Willie Mitchell. 9.5 to go in regulation. Here's DeVries, has to play his man, McCall. And McCall and Marchman go to the glass and is cleared back to center.
I am so impressed with the way Billy McCall has jumped in after missing so much of the season with that bad shoulder. You know he's not 100% healthy, but Marian Gabrick and the Minnesota Wild trail this game 2-0.
Proof the NHL is tough enough to be sponsored by Dodge.
I've been hit harder. Me too.
There's a stretch of sparkling white sand that runs for 23 miles along Florida's east coast. Some call it relaxing. Some a playground. Some call it Daytona Beach. But most simply call it fun. Call toll-free now for a free Daytona Beach visitor guide and superior small lodging brochure filled with affordable vacation ideas. The water's warm. The natives are friendly. All you have to do is make time.
It's back at Mike Racer Ford City, 0% financing for 60 months.
We have over 500 new vehicles in stock, and you pay no interest for 60 months.
The best time ever to drive an Escort, Taurus, Crown Victoria, Windstar, Explorer, Ranger, F-150, Expedition, and Excursion.
Look at the tag, divide by 60, and that's your payment.
Drive home a Ranger for just $239 a month, or Explorer Sport for just $340.
You don't want to miss this at Mike Racer Ford City.
Steve, you mentioned Marian Gabrick. His centerman Zoltak did an excellent job as well on his last scoring chance. Right here, right in front, in the high slot. And Patrick Waugh makes a good save with the left pad.
Back underway and offside of the Minnesota line, 9:09 even. Colorado, they had 18 shots in the first period of game 1, lost that game. 18 shots total in game 3-1. 16 shots total tonight, and they're winning 2-0. Economical.
Well,
good shooting percentages, Panger.
You see it a lot, though. The goalie that gets dominated, they win because all the momentum's on them, and everybody's focused on the offensive side of the puck, and then you go down the other end and you score a goal on the goalie that's had no action. How many times have we seen that in playoff hockey?
Down. set it up for Sakic.
But the key, too, is the goalie that's facing all the shots. He has to make those saves. I had a problem with that.
Wow, will handle it. Here's Blake. Rob Blake has been quietly spectacular, I would say, in this series.
So is Derek Morris. I mean, Adam Foote, Derek Morris, and Rob Blake. Are you kidding me?
Let's send it back to John Butchergrass.
Steve, Tampa Bay has evened the series at 2 with Washington. The road team has won all 4 games in the series. Back to Florida for Game 5. St. Louis had 2 goals, and they're going to overtime in Toronto. Huge game here. Leafs lead the series 2-1.
Yeah, those guys haven't played enough overtime, the Flyers and the Maple Leafs.
How about Shane Corson? He's packing up the bags and leaving the team.
Isn't he?
Believe it.
He is thought of, right, as like the ultimate team guy, warrior, etc., etc. Hard to believe that there wasn't another way around that.
It's a terrible decision.
And that stays with you forever. I don't think you're able to shake that off. All those years of being a great teammate, solid guy, can be lost with one quick decision. Maybe he'll rethink that. And look, it's not too late already. Walls gets back nicely.
It's too late already.
Oh, there you go. There's the answer. Headman pass and across the line. Gaborik had it momentarily. Tanguay on the far side. DeVries gets to it. Kuba checks his man. Loose puck at center. You wonder what Colorado's motivation is to end this as quickly as possible. In their last 4 series, obviously dating back to last postseason, all went 7 games, 5 of the last 6. They want to end this as quickly as possible. Although they won't admit it, the West is setting up very, very nicely for the Colorado Avalanche, the way things are going. Blake lets the rocket go. McCall to fire the rebound out. Marchment deep in his own end. Reverses for Blake. Slapped at. Bouchard got there, but not in time. Minnesota will get to it. At center, loose puck battle for it. Here's Battaglia. Battaglia's check. Here's Sakic behind the net, try to center. Schultz got there for Minnesota. 7 minutes left in regulation. And it's pumped right back out of the zone. Good check by Battaglia. He's really struggled. Battaglia has in the goal-scoring department, but that's the only department he's struggled in. Continues to play hard, take the body. Here's Mitchell, and they're offside at the Colorado blue line. Tomorrow night, the Stanley Cup playoffs continue on ESPN and ESPN2 at 7 Eastern. Well, the Bruins aren't going away without a fight, and the Oilers and the Stars. That series all even as they shift back to Dallas. ESPN and ESPN2. That's tomorrow night. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.
What a series that is. And I'm talking Oilers, and I'm talking Stars. That is just some great hockey. And you see Jacques Lemaire is going to make a last-second change-up right here. He's got Ronin on the ice with Park and Dowd. Boy, they need something. Just a spark, just something here. No goals yet here at the XL Energy Center in playoffs.
Just onside, Ronin. One-timer from Mitchell is stopped. I think we should point out, hey, folks, we don't root for anybody. But personally, human nature, I'd like to see the Wild score a goal at home in the playoffs. I think these fans are entitled. They've waited some 10 years, 357 days for a Stanley Cup playoff goal by a member of the home team. That was Todd Elliott that was scoring at home. That shot from the angle. Good stop by Fernandez, who was sneaking away from the post. And there we get the call for icing. Why not take as much time off the clock? Colorado did. 6:01 left.
After Manny Fernandez made that last save high up top, we'll get back to what you were talking about and the decision made by Jacques Lemaire and the coaching staff. He's got Mario Tremblay there as well, Mike Ramsey. Bob Mason's their goaltending coach as well. A lot of thought goes into who's going to play. It was never a slight towards Manny Fernandez and what he could do. Manny Fernandez knew if they were to play Dallas in the opening round, he was going to be the guy that got the nod. But really, Rolison never wavered except for the first goal of Game 3, where it was a mistake behind his own net. He was pretty rock solid, and I admire the fact that they stuck with one guy. They did get away from what they did in the regular season, and that might have been a double clutch for game number 2. That might have been their opening to get Manny Fernandez in there, but I don't think you can ever look back. You got to always look forward.
Opportunity was there for Walls, and he couldn't tee it up the way he would have liked. Here's Foote. for Colorado. The Avs will settle things down, and Forsberg will spin away and kill some clock. It seems like Colorado's up 5-0, but they're not. It's only a 2-0 hockey game. When Minnesota could get a break, it would change everything. Here's Gaborik now. He's whacked at by Morris. Blake's lost his stick. Gaborik has really turned it on here. By far his best game, although he's got nothing to show for it offensively like the rest of his mates. And when in doubt, Colorado will just clear the zone and send it down and ice it. Sakic back for the touch. 4:48 left in the third. Potentially Minnesota's final home game of the season.
Champions rise up. Now, the NBA playoffs begin Saturday on ESPN.
Here it is. Actual ice from the Boston Guard. Oh, let me smell that. Nice.
How much?
$200. It's an investment. Yeah. Oh, game's on. Oh, let's go. You know, they won the cup on that.
Here we go. This is a war, and we are soldiers. There is only one way to save our city. Neo. What if the prophecy is true? What if tomorrow the war could be over? Isn't that worth fighting for? Isn't that worth dying for?
The Matrix Reloaded, rated R, starts Thursday, May 15th.
There's what Patrick Roy is working on, his latest current shutout streak. And of all the great things he has done, he has never had consecutive shutouts in the same postseason.
And here they are, the Minnesota Wild trailing by 2. Only 4 shots on Patrick Roy in this period. It goes back to the natural goal scorers that Minnesota lacks in comparison to the Colorado Avalanche. And that's only normal. This is only their 3rd year in the NHL. They're still developing their top-end draft picks, like Gaborik and like Bouchard.
Mentioned the payroll, Minnesota the lowest of all the playoff teams. Colorado's payroll is 3 times that of Minnesota. Here's a 2-on-1 by some highly paid players. Well, Reinprecht couldn't get the shot away. Good hustle by Dupuis to help break up the 2-on-1 with Joe Sakic. Coming out of the corner, Reinprecht again off a wild stick and cleared out the center. In fact, the combined salary of Sakic and Forsberg just about equal that of the entire Minnesota Wild team. Detroit and Anaheim coming up. Amazing. The only series of the 8 playoff series to be 3-0 after 3 games is that one. Quick shot, stopped by Law. Bouchard got the shot and the rebound and another rebound. Wrap around attempt, loose puck. Whoa, down and out. And now he picks himself up off the ice as the puck is cleared.
Oh, and Bouchard showing a little grittiness. A little sour right there at the end of that. He gave DeVries a pretty good whack.
At center, a couple Avalanche players collide. Let's see.
I think there's 6 guys on the ice for Colorado, Steve.
That's a penalty, isn't it?
And that's 7, including the goaltender.
You don't have to do that anymore.
No, you're not allowed. Not allowed. But that happens a lot in line changes if we listen to the call. But Bouchard had, holy jump, and he had some good chances down low. Good pressure by the Wild here. Bouchard in the slot, good shot, good save by Patrick. Stays in the bucket. Look how calm Patrick is. Oh my, if I would have done that, I would have pushed side to side, stayed on my knees, and it would have gone over my head. He's just so calm in his movements from our Southwest Airlines goal cam. A push out with his right pad, gets there, hits him in the midsection, comes back over to his right. Now he's going to swim over to his left like that. And now he finally gets up on his skate blades and gets himself into position.
Another chance for the Wild to break through the wall. It is Patrick Roy. He stumbled there trying to get around to it. Here's Gaborik on it after the too many men on the ice penalty. It's 16-15. 3rd power play of the night for Minnesota. Joel Taco dropping. Cross for Philippe Kubas. Got away. Wrist shot stopped by Roy. And the rebound is stopped by Roy as well. It was a soft backhander that Joltok tried to feather through on the rebound.
He just couldn't get that puck up. He might have fanned on it, or maybe somebody might have got a stick on his hand. But clearly he's trying to get it up, knowing that Patrick's down there with the paddle down.
Ronning will shoot it around the board. And the Avalanche absolutely want to protect another playoff shutout for a while. Here's Brunette, their power play leader during the regular season, finds Zoltak out of the circle. Down for Andrew Brunette, who had goals in the first 2 games. Shot from the angle. That hit the post behind Waugh. In and out off the iron. Here's Gabrick. Now shot, score! There it is! Marian Gabrick! The first Stanley Cup playoff goal at home for the Minnesota Wild. It's a 2-1 game.
Quick release is the key here as he feathers it just beyond Blake. Through the legs of Andrew Brunette, standing on the doorstep. And the look of Patrick Waugh afterwards was a classic. He wasn't quite certain that this puck went in, and I don't know, quite frankly, how it snuck in. Between his arm and his body on the short side, and the young 21-year-old gets on his knees, and he's got the first ever goal right here at the XL Energy Center in the playoffs.
And this crowd finally with a chance to explode and let their emotions take over. It's almost as if they won a playoff game in sudden death overtime. But it's just the first goal at home in Stanley Cup playoff franchise history. And oh, by the way, it's a 2-1 hockey game with 2.5 to play. Don't go anywhere. Watching it, push it ahead. West Walls will dump in and chase it. Waugh will swing it away from him. Right to Lopsinen now. And the complexion of this one has totally changed. Loose puck squirts free for Mitchell. Gets it across for Zyuzin. Shot blocked by Tanguay. And Tanguay will peel off. 2 minutes left in regulation time.
It was a good setup because Zyuzin's a left-hand shot for that hard one-timer. But again, an unselfish shot block there by the Avs forward.
Forever, it'll read Gabrick, his second from Ronning and Zoltak at 17:20. A power play goal. Good play by Zoltak to set it back. They would have been offside. Now allowed to keep it going. Gabrick taken down on the far side, trying to draw the penalty. And they won't get the call. Onside is Colorado. Reinkrek. Fernandez looked behind him, and he's got it with 1:25 remaining in regulation. 2-1 hockey game.
Ooh, hard to believe there wasn't a penalty there with Gabrick being taken down. Let's get back to the goal. What a play by Zoltak. Going into the seam, then Ronning with a quick little pass. A good, quick decision. And as Gabrick is falling down from that angle, now I really don't know how that puck went in the net. It had eyes. It had eyes as he looks to the skies.
Off the face-off. Colorado able to get it with Sakic. Shot, score on the rebound. It's Dan Heinold. The Minnesota native crushes the Wild with a rebound goal to make it 3-1.
Winning face-offs are the key. And going into the third period, both teams at 50%. But here late, look at Joe Sakic on the forehand. Not only does he win it to the short side boards, he goes and gets it. Then he curls, gives it to Hall, and that puck snuck through the legs of the goaltender, Fernandez, and then it stayed out to the side, and all Heinold's got is an easy tap in there for Birdie, making it a 3-1 game.
Minnesota needed the spectacular save. They needed the Patrick Waugh kind of save from Game 3 to keep him in it, and could not get it. Heinold, his first of this postseason, 4th of his career, from Sakic and Hall at 18:41. And Joe Sakic's got himself a 3-point game.
I guess so. And you know that that goal by Gabrick caught the attention of the entire Avs team, while young Pierre-Marc Bouchard and the rest of the Minnesota Wild, for a small, slight moment, had a chance to tie this series up, at least get into it and tie the game up with some momentum here. And isn't that the way champions respond to? Joe Sakic has been an ultimate leader in this hockey game. 2 goals and 1 helper now.
Sakic would tell you he had a subpar regular season. He had 58 points in 58 games, which would be a great season for most NHL players. But it was an injury-plagued regular season for him, and he has turned it on again here in the first round of the playoffs. Again, Detroit and Anaheim coming up. Will the Red Wings allow themselves to be swept out of the playoffs by the heavy underdogs, the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim? The hockey world will be watching. The drama of the Stanley Cup playoffs continues on. Got another 7 weeks or so. Back behind the net. Final 14 seconds now. Good hit by Mitchell. Turnaround in front. Loose puck is stopped. Rebound never made it through. Still loose with 3 seconds left. And that will do it. The final score will be the series score for now. The Avalanche win 3-1 and go up 3-1 with a chance to clinch on home ice Saturday on ABC.
Well, Sakic, the offensive gem, was the difference here. Just when they contained guys like Forsberg and Hayduk, out comes Joe Sakic to combine for 3 points. Patrick Roy, 151st career playoff win. Phenomenal stuff from the Colorado Avalanche, and they have a good grasp of this series.
Amazing. Patrick Roy will not get consecutive shutouts in the same postseason for the first time in his career, but he or the rest of the Avalanche are concerned about that.
No, he made key saves at the time in which there was some pressure, and I thought that the Minnesota Wild worked hard for scoring chance in this game. They weren't perimeter shots, they worked hard, and obviously Gaborik scoring the goal. He had some jump. Zoltak had some jump offensively as well. Just not enough against the powerful Avs.
Minnesota did show some signs of some real offensive punch in this one. Best game by far for Gaborik and Bouchard. They finally score a home playoff goal, but they come up short. They lose tonight 3-1 and fall behind 3-1 in the series. Colorado will go home with a chance to clinch and move on. We're looking forward to the Red Wings and the Mighty Ducks as well. But that's it for now. From St. Paul, we send it back to John in the studio.
Ducks go for the sweep of Detroit 35 minutes from now. Until then, all your scores and highlights and analysis and goals as they happen in games still going on. Ray Ferraro and Barry Melrose. And Ray, coming into the series, many wondered if the Wild, after game one, would make this a long one. It appears they won't.
They play very hard. They hang in there with Colorado. They give them everything that they can handle. They've had a lot of chances. Patrick Roy has just looked exceptional, in particular the last 2 games. When they go back to Minnesota, they have all their momentum with their fans, and Roy's just shut the door. Joe Sakic had a subpar regular season. Tony Granato told me at the end of the year, he said, he's getting lots of chances. Don't worry about Joe, and he looked great tonight.
And how do they finish them off if they go back to Denver in Game 5, Barry? What is their MO?
Well, I think when they look at the tape, and Ray mentioned a little bit, I don't think Tony's going to be happy with the chances that Patrick Roy is having to save.
Yeah, right.
I think they're going to look ahead to the next series, who they're going to play. They're going to be playing against a much more offensive team. And if Patrick getting this much work against the Wild, who's a defensive team, all of a sudden you start playing Dallas and teams like that, that's a little different story. So I think Tony will want to cut down the chances, but they're just going to make sure no one's overconfident. We got to win 4 games. 3 games doesn't do the job. It's all the old coach stuff over and over again, but just make sure the team is ready, and they will be. They got Sakic coming back is such a difference. He hasn't been there all year for them. Now he's back to what he was before.
Okay, they try to wrap that up on Saturday, up 3-1 on Minnesota. Meanwhile, plenty of action tonight. 6 games in all in the Stanley Cup playoffs. A big game in Toronto. Flyers and Maple Leafs. No McGillney, concussion-like syndrome. And Pat Quinn looking on early in the first. Mark Recchi, driver 8, take a break. How many bad angle goals have we seen in these playoffs?
I know the goalies are looking for the pass, but it's so rare. These are great goaltenders, and they don't get square to the shot. Here, Darcy Tucker, he made himself known early, didn't he?
It's Jeremy Roenick, and more hits. This one's getting real nasty, and you wonder what the effect would be on the next series. Whoever wins this series, say they play Ottawa next.
Well, you're not worried about being hurt, because if you're not there for the next season, you're going to be healthy. Right there, Travis Green in the lineup, bad ribs, playing with the McGillney injury, and scores a beautiful shorthanded goal.
1-1, Jeremy Roenick again. Right along the goal line, deflects it off of Belfour. Flyers leading 2-1. They controlling this game. This is what, the 7th shot on goal for Toronto. Desjardins bumps into Czechmanek, and Sundin scores, right?
Great shot by Sundin, but you see Roberts had pushed Desjardins down. He slid into Czechmanek, who was knocked off balance a little bit. Great shot by Sundin, and the Maple Leafs push it into overtime.
Maple Leafs now go on the power play. Moments ago, Simone Gagne, goaltender interference, and Barry, they've been crashing the nets all game long. But again, right now, Leafs on the power play in overtime. But as you just saw on ESPN2, Colorado Avalanche go up 3-1 on the Wild. Let's go back out to Steve Levy and Darren Pang.
All right, John, thanks very much. And we are standing by with the captain of the Colorado Avalanche, Joe Sakic, and he joins us from just outside the Avs dressing room, taking a commanding 3-1 lead now in the series. Joe, so much was made of scoring the first goal, especially against this Minnesota club, that they would struggle coming from behind. You get the first 2 goals in a 2-minute span. How much of a difference did you notice in Minnesota after that?
Not much. You know, they were flying tonight, and we really hung on out there. And I don't think it was our best performance. Patrick made some huge saves for us to keep us in, keep us with the lead. But it was nice to get that early start. But I mean, they didn't change their game. They were coming tonight. They played a great game.
Hey, Joe, I know the playoffs are a game of making adjustments on the fly, and it seemed to me like you in particular and probably Peter and Hejduk were getting the puck through the neutral zone with a little bit more speed. What kind of adjustment was made there?
Well, not much. I think we just wanted to slow down. I think we were getting ahead of ourselves and getting too far ahead of the D-man. I think you wanted to stay a little patient and you know, stay close to the D, give them that short pass, and they can get your speed.
Joe, let's go to the goals that you scored in this game, because I know that this shot that you have is a tough one, but man, you made some good moves right here.
Yeah, the first one I must have surprised him, because I was falling, so I don't think he was expecting that. The second one it would have been a 3-on-2, so I think the D you know, backed off a little bit and gave me the shot, and I just took it, and you know, luckily went in.
Rob Blake was following you up on that play. Huh? Pretty dangerous D you've got there.
Yeah, no question. He can skate, and I saw him moving there, and I think the D did as well, because if he came to me, then Robbie would have just had a breakaway.
Joe, we'll see you Saturday at the Pepsi Center on ABC. Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, Joe.
In the Minnesota Wild's brief existence, no opponent has more points against them than Joe Sakic of Colorado. Let's send it back to you.
So 2 shots on goal for Joe Sakic. Both go in. Welcome our fans out in Colorado who now join us here on ESPN2. Ducks and Wings coming up at the bottom of the half hour, 10:30 Eastern time, 8:30 your time in Denver, as the Ducks go for the sweep. Gary Thorne and Bill Clement have the call for Game 4 out in Anaheim. Boys?
John, who would have thought? Standing here waiting to see whether or not the Stanley Cup champions are going to go down in 4 games to the number 7 seed in this conference. Pretty amazing, and it's Ben Jaguar, of course. Detroit Bills just got to find a way to score if they're going to win one.
Amazingly, last week we were asking ourselves a very simple question: can the Detroit Red Wings win another Stanley Cup? Today we are standing here asking ourselves an even simpler question: can the Detroit Red Wings even win one game? They've been completely frustrated by Jean-Sebastien Giguère. And when you're down 3-0 in a series, as far as I'm concerned, the Red Wings need help. They're not going to be able to win this series on their own. They need Giguère to help them, and he is showing no signs that he wants to pitch in for their cause.
That means the big boys of the Detroit Red Wings have got to find a way to get it done. The Hull line has done nothing. They've played a -8 so far, and Fedorov has simply been tied up just the way the Ducks planned it.
Yeah, it's amazing to think that the #1 offensive team in the NHL through the regular season, the Detroit Red Wings, have scored a grand total of 4 goals in 3 games. Now, their main guy's got to get going. Brendan Shanahan this season has taken on a leadership role, so you know that he wants to try to get it done. We chatted with Brendan Shanahan before they took the warm-up, and he assessed their chances like this.
Obviously, not a lot of teams in history have done this, come back from a 3-0 deficit, but I don't think it's your typical 3-0 series so far. And I think just knowing the group of players we have in the dressing room and the team that we have, we're confident if a team can do it, it's us.
Well, certainly when you have that many future Hall of Famers all playing together, if any group's going to do it, this is the team that can do it. I think, Bill, everybody's in agreement here for both clubs. The importance of the first goal for Detroit to start putting some kind of a mental chink into the armor of the Ducks.
Well, not only a mental thing, but it's actually a tangible thing. You shake the Ducks out of their system, which is defense first, 5 men up on the attack, 5 men back on the retreat. So, yeah, when you score first, as long as they can maintain a lead for a significant amount of time, it will help the Detroit Red Wings. But clearly, they feel, it's interesting when you talk to the Red Wings, and we did today, they feel as if they've played good hockey. They're not disappointed in the way they played. They're just disappointed in the results.
Yep, and Giguère, I mean, there's the story. It's simple as that. If you've got a .970 save percentage, then you're going to win some games, and that's exactly what's happened here. He is ready to go in net tonight. Any discussion that Curtis Joseph would not be playing in this game, I don't know where that conceivably could have come from, but it was out there for a while. But Cujo's going to be in net. He has to be.
He has to be in net, and he actually has to play better. Has he played poorly? No, but the fact does remain. The guy at the other end has played better than Curtis Joseph. The numbers look great for Cujo. The results aren't there. He is going to have to come up with one gem of a performance if Giguère's on his game.
So, John, that sets the stage. A very simple entry tonight. For the Detroit Red Wings, it's win or be gone.
Thank you, Gary. Looking forward to your guys' call out there in Anaheim. The Red Wings were the highest scoring team, as you mentioned, during the regular season. But again, just 4 goals in the series. The Hall of Fame forwards, as you can see here, to be Shanahan, Hall, Fedorov, and Yzerman have combined for just 1 goal and 40 shots off Giguère. Fedorov was quoted in the papers as saying that we're a very angry team. I won't get into it now. I'll get into it later. Any idea what he could possibly be talking about, Ray, why they're so angry?
Well, they should be angry they're down 3-0 is really all I can think about. I mean, if they have issues in the room, that's another whole ball of wax to look at. But this is a team that has obviously shown some frustration. You never see Steve Yzerman show any on the ice. At the end of Game 3, he just absolutely destroyed the penalty box. And this is a guy that, you know, is the leader of this team, Barry. They rarely get they're rustled, but they are right now.
Oh, he's in their kitchen right now, that goaltender. He's got them thinking, and that's not a good sign when goal scorers think.
And what about the rookie head coach, Dave Lewis? Much has been made about him, not so much lately as it was during the preseason in the first 20 games, replacing the legend Scotty Bowman. What's on his table right now? 2 guys
are going to take the heat if the Detroit Red Wings lose the series, and that's Cujo. No matter how good in numbers he does, he's not getting the W's, and we've laughed about it, but hockey is an alphabet sport, not a number sport, and that's W's. That's all that matters. And Dave Lewis, who replaced Scotty Bowman, he's going to be talked about not being a good enough coach, a motivator, a line match, or whatever. But the interesting thing, Dave Lewis was on the 75 team for the Islanders that did come back and win. But the funny part is Lauren Henning is an assistant coach on the Ducks. So Dave Lewis will be talking about, we've done it once, I know it can be done. Lauren Henning's in the dressing room with the Ducks saying, look, I was on the team that did it. We haven't won nothing yet. So we got compounding motivation by both players who are on that winning team.
And we talked to Mike Babcock, the Anaheim head coach, before the series. He was very confident, almost cocky going in.
And that's the way Babcock is. I played against him in junior, and he was a really intense guy. And he told us that, you know, Detroit only had 1 more win than us in the second half of the season, which kind of surprised us. But Babcock has gotten all the line combinations he's wanted, while Lewis is a rookie coach on the other side and has to try and find some offense. Babcock's been able to get his Ducks to execute his game plan as well as they have. Certainly it doesn't hurt when you have Giguère doing everything in goal that he has done.
And the one Duck that's most important is Ruchin. Ruchin's went head-to-head against Fedorov all series long. He's owned Fedorov. Ruchin plays more than a lot of defensemen on the Ducks. That's how much
Keith
that guy's
Carney
on
as
the
well,
ice.
eh? Keith Carney's done a great job.
And only twice in the last 50 years has the Stanley Cup champion been swept the following playoffs, and never in the first round. Rangers in the conference final back in '95, and then back in 1976, the Flyers swept by Montreal. But never has this happened before by the champions getting swept in the very first round, especially by a team called the Ducks. Coming up more, the Blues and Canucks. We have a highlight from there. Developing situation in St. Louis as Paul Kariya, cha-cha-cha, looks to put away the champs.
Hey, prima cock! Get off the ice! It's more like prima donna cock! Hey, does anybody know the Russian word for loser? It's prima cock!
Ladies and gentlemen, visiting from Western Russia, the parents of right winger Alex Primakov.
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines with fun fares as low as $49 each way.
You are now free to move about the country.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up, man?
Well?
Well, what?
Aren't you going to say something?
About what?
Forget it.
What's the matter?
I can't believe I changed my hair and you guys don't even notice.
You're not a woman. Why use a woman's gel? Introducing Suave for Men Sport Gel. Holds just as good as her brand for half the price. New Suave for Men.
Ever try to get a home equity line from a bank? That's why we started eLoan. It's a better way to get cash out of your house. Needless paperwork? Gone. Lender fees? Gone. Waiting for a decision? Ours takes minutes. At eLoan, we believe everyone is entitled to the right loan at the lowest possible rate, based on your credit, not your negotiating skills. You get your cash fast, at a great rate. A bank shouldn't come between you and your money. That's why there's eLoan. Apply now at eLoan.com or call 1-800-ELOAN22.
Welcome back. Ducks and Red Wings at the bottom of the half hour. Ray Ferraro, Barry Melrose. I'm John Butchercross. Other games going on right now. The St. Louis Blues and the Vancouver Canucks. The Blues in a great position to control this series, up 2-1. And here they come in St. Louis. Dan Cloutier, focus on him. And what's Brent Simple doing right here, Ray?
He's done this before. This in the regular season. He's done it a couple of times. He's trying to stick handle it through the crease. He doesn't do it. Here's a big break for the Canucks. Marcus Naslund hasn't scored a goal in the playoffs. He gets it to the front of the net. you can't see Osgood, so obviously he hasn't seen the puck yet, and it's 1-0 Vancouver.
This is his third goal in 16 career playoff games. Ozzy stopped Trevor Linden down low late in the first. Now to the second. Chris Pronger thrown at net, and Kluge never saw that one either.
Exact same shot. It was a wrist shot. He's just trying to get it through, not blocked, and got a lucky break.
Moments ago, Doug Waite picks it up. He sees Dallas Drake. He gives it to Dallas Drake, and he shoots left as Kluge slides away from the puck. And there it is, the St. Louis Blues up 2-1 as Chris Osgood came in with 54 saves on 57 shots. However, Vancouver, Ray, is doing one thing in this series. In this game, they haven't done so far. They are getting shots, almost 20 already. That was an issue the first few games.
They came out very strong. They were very physical in the first period. They got the puck to the Vancouver net, and they were able to forecheck and cycle down low a little bit, which is how Vancouver provides a lot of their offense. One thing that the Canucks have not been able to do is get Todd Bertuzzi into the action offensively. He spent most of his entire series in a man-on-man battle with Barrett Jackman. Jackman's completely in his kitchen. Bertuzzi's so worried about running over Jackman, he's not been a force like he was in the regular season.
Again, St. Louis, Vancouver going on right now. St. Louis on the power play. If something happens in that game or the Maple Leaf Flower game, which is in overtime, we'll show it to you right here up until game time against the Ducks and the Red Wings. Barry, Chris Osgood, he's won a Stanley Cup before, yet he still really does not get a lot of respect as a top-flight NHL goaltender.
Well, we laugh about it a lot. He's a Rodney Dangerfield of goaltenders because he doesn't get any respect, and all he does is win. And he did not play well down the stretch for St. Louis once they got him. Did not play well going into the playoffs. A big worry in St. Louis. But this guy has done everything they can ask. He's playing great. His save percentage and goals against is as good as anybody in the playoffs right now. He's getting the job done. They're very, very confident in this guy right now. They're playing well in front of him. McGinnis is out probably for the series. Mellenby's out with the flu tonight. This team is really showing a lot of character, and they did it all year long. In the past, I cannot say that about the St. Louis Blues, but this season, they look like a team that really battled for each other. Pronger was missed most of the year. Had a lot of injuries. Tkachuk was in out of the lineup, and they just found ways to win, win, win. This team showed a lot of character this year.
Okay, meanwhile, the Lightning and the Capitals, the road team, 3 for 3 in this series. Still a big game 4 in this one. The Bolts do not want to go down 3-1. Pick it up here, Nikolai Havy-Bolin in net. He's really the Lightning's most important player, Barry.
Well, he is the most important player, and he wasn't great in game 1 and 2, but he was the guy that got them in the playoffs. Only lost 1 game since February, and that was one of the last games of the year. He must play well for them to have a chance.
And the former Vezina winner, Ole the goalie, Ray.
Yeah, watch his save here. This is when you know Kolzig's at his best. He's out on top of the crease, makes a shot on Dan Boyle. Brad Richards gets it into Modine, square to the shooter here, and Kolzig turns it away.
All right, second period now. We're still scoreless, and Martin St. Louis, what a great individual effort. What great lateral movement from the little guy.
Defensemen aren't supposed to cross their feet when they're playing a 1-on-1. That's a bad sign.
Now a 2-on-1 that became a 2-on-0 as Sergei Gonchar did nothing there, and Andrei goes to St. Louis.
Nice play by Andrei. Here's Vinny Lecavalier, who's really come to play here in the last couple of games. Couple of goals last night, including the winner in overtime. He gets away from Jeff Halpern and puts in his third of the series.
So the road team wins all the games in this series thus far. 2-2, they're tied up going back to Tampa Bay. Lightning power play 0 for 6, 3 for 50 on the power play against the Capitals this year. Jaromir Jagr played a lot of minutes, about 23. He did have 5 shots on goal. But Barry, you didn't see a lot of them in this, which was a pretty big game for the Capitals. They put the Bolts away here. They're in complete control.
They handled Jagr great at the end of the game. I thought Kabina did an unbelievable job in game 3. Really went at him physically. I think Kabina won the game for the Lightning, getting Jagr off the game and then taking the penalty in overtime. So they really know how to play this guy. The Washington Capitals made some mistakes tonight, especially on the power play, which is the best in the NHL in the playoffs, giving up that shorthanded breakaway to Andrei. But without a doubt, the guy that has turned this series around for the Tampa Bay Lightning, Martin St. Louis. This guy is a fire plug. He's a guy with courage. He scores big goals. He's fast. He's dangerous every time on the ice. And with him and players feeding off him, Lecavalier's playing better now. Modine's playing better now. Richards is playing better now. All because this little guy got going in game 3.
All right, this is an interesting matchup because the New Jersey Devils, assuming they'll go on to win their series, look at this series very carefully because this is a 3-6 matchup. And if the Bolts go on to win, then they could most likely play Tampa Bay in the next round of the playoffs if everything works out. Again, looking at Jagr and looking how he responded in this game, were you overall happy with his effort in this one?
I've been happy with his effort all series, Ray. I think he's battled hard. I think he's been the most offensive player in the NHL. He's leading the playoff scoring. He's competed. But again, I just love the way Kabina played him yesterday and today.
Yeah, there was only one way to play Jagr, and that's to play him hard, and Kabina was able to do that. And if you allow Jagr to skate all over the place like Tampa did early in the series, you virtually have no chance. He's too big and too skilled. Another Washington Capital that's had a great series is Peter Bondra. I mean, this is the old Peter Bondra. He's flying out there.
Okay, the President Trophy winning Ottawa Senators look to really take control of their series against the Islanders. The big overtime win the other night and looking to go up 3-1 on Long Island. And really the crowd, not much of a factor this year like it was last year. Is it because it's Ottawa and not Toronto? The fans, they really hate Ottawa.
Totally, John. They do not hate Ottawa. Ottawa does not breed passion playing for them or against them.
Well, there's a passionate shot from Mike Fisher. 1-0 Ottawa. Then,
that mean really fast?
And then Anton Volchenkov. Turn your head and Volchenkov, Barry. The Russian has a goal.
I love this kid. He's a big hitter, throwing some of the biggest hits in the NHL. Just a smart defenseman, throws it at the net, happens to hit snow and goes in.
Okay, 4-on-4 hockey now. The Islanders wanted to use a long bench, and they once again end up using a short bench. Adrian Aucoin played a ton of minutes, and he does score there. Same score now, 2-1 Ottawa. The next goal is a big one. Hossa centering pass in midair to Havlat, but someone else knocks it in, Ray.
Yeah, they love this play. Down low off the half wall to Hossa. He takes it to the net. Kavash is actually in pretty good position, unlike the other night, and he deflects it into his own net. Bad break for the Islanders there. Watch this save by Gar Snow. He's flopping around. I think that can be called Hasek-like.
Definitely. Third period, power play for the Islanders, and they think they have a goal, but
nothing's going their way tonight. Watch right here. Skatcher's in front of the net.
Jeez, I don't know.
That is borderline.
Even if it goes in, there's 7 seconds left. They needed a field goal here.
Exactly. They don't get it, and the Sens win 3-1. They're unbeaten their last 17 games on Long Island. These two teams play again tomorrow. Ottawa can wrap it up. Lalime, 21 saves, did not see a lot of action. And after game one, when the Isles were skating and Ottawa came out flat, this series has really turned around for the Sens, and they're looking like the team who had the most points and the most wins during the regular season.
Turned around for 2 reasons, I think, and that's the lack of the power play for the New York Islanders. They've had tons of power plays, 10 in one game they didn't score. They had 2 5-on-3s tonight they did not score. And we get to the guys that are on the power play and getting ice time. Peck has not got a goal. Blake has not got a goal. Parrish has not got a goal. Really, apart from Yashin and some defensemen jumping into play, the Ottawa Senators have shut down all the scores for the New York Islanders.
2 for 26 in the series, and does it matter for Ottawa to wrap this thing up quickly and focus on the next round?
Yeah, you know why? I think it does more for a confidence issue than anything else. There's always been questions in the last couple of years whether Ottawa's got enough grit to advance in the playoffs. Well, they've played pretty gritty against the Islanders. Mike Fisher, we saw score a tremendous goal in the game, is one of those forwards. He's had a very good series. He's physical. He goes to the net hard. Ottawa in the last 3 games has played a very methodical style, and that's how Ottawa plays. They use a lot of players. They keep at you with 4 lines. They use their 6 defensemen, and their goaltender gives them the saves when they want to. Ottawa has shut down the Islanders, who haven't been able to skate like they were in game 1 because they're able to get the lead and really take the Islanders skating game out of play.
Yeah, Isles power play, as you mentioned, Barry, 0 for 5 in the game and 2 for 26 in the series. Meanwhile, Toronto and Philadelphia in overtime, still tied, 2-2. Shots in regulation, 37-10 in favor of the Flyers. In overtime, Toronto has 10 shots, as many as they had all game.
They were rested, John. They were rested.
Saving it for late.
Now.
That's right. 2-1. Toronto leads the series. No McGillney, as you can see there on your TV set. Flyers have lost 5 straight road playoff games. They need to win this to even the series at 2. If someone scores, we'll show it to you. We come back, a look at the home life of Darren McCarty as he and his Red Wings try to prevent the sweep, and that girl makes a phone call on her cell phone. We'll look at Darren at home next.
When Bill asked for some help with his retirement, I said, "Well, what's your goal?" He said, "You're looking at it."
We live where you live. Now the same State Farm agent who helped you plan for just in case can help you plan what could be with IRAs and other retirement options.
Looks good to me. Let's go fishing.
For help with banking, insurance, and investing, talk to your agent today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, Tito. I hope you enjoy the empanadas and Coke. Love, Mom. Aw.
Hey, man. Something smells good.
Hi, Tito.
Hey, man. What?
Ever tried to get a home equity line from a bank? That's why we started eLoan. It's a better way to get cash out of your house. Needless paperwork? Gone. Lender fees? Gone. Waiting for a decision? Ours takes minutes. At eLoan, we believe everyone is entitled to the right loan at the lowest possible rate, based on your credit, not your negotiating skills. You get your cash fast, at a great rate. A bank shouldn't come between you and your money. That's why there's eLoan. Apply now at eLoan.com or call 1-800-ELOAN22.
Brett Hall, no goals, no assists, -3. He has 12 shots overall. His team needs to win or they'll be swept by the Ducks. Face-off coming up in about